GMT. Friday Night Rivals pregame show is sponsored by Food City.
Hello and welcome to Week 5 of Toyota's Friday Night Rivals presented by Holston Medical Group. This is the Food City pregame show. It's so nice to be back after we took our bye week while NASCAR was in town. Tonight, state bragging rights are on the line when the Tennessee High Vikings make the short trip into Virginia to play the Abingdon Falcons. Both teams enter tonight's game 2-2. I sat down with Abingdon head coach Garrett Ambergy and asked him how he thinks his team has played through the first 4 games of the season.
I think the biggest thing with our team, the effort's there, the energy's there. We just got to keep working, keep progressing. You know, a football game really comes down to about 4 or 5 plays that decide it, and we're always trying to get to the point where we make those 4 or 5 plays. So I'm seeing growth with our team. It's not always linear in that you're winning every week.
You talked about that progress isn't always linear. Is that hard for the kids to maybe understand and get that across where, hey, if we don't win every game, we're still making progress for when it matters most at the end of the season?
We see it in the film room. You know, you can show the progress and you can show where we're making strides. You know, our defense is playing really well right now, coming off of a shutout, and they're seeing their technique, running to the football, making, you know, sound plays on the defensive side, tackling well. Offensively, it's really a repetition thing of getting more reps, getting more comfortable, continue to make plays when we need to. We need to be better on third down, and I think that's something our guys see. Hey, when we make those plays, we extend drives and we're able to put up points.
You mentioned a shutout over Richlands, a tradition-rich program. How much confidence does your defense gain from a performance like that?
It's big for your defense of seeing, you know, they got a drive, got some momentum going, and each time our guys were able to answer that challenge and find a way to get off the field.
The last couple of years, Abingdon football, the standard has been raised with the last couple of teams, how much success they have. This new group, do you see a different attitude with them, knowing that they have a higher standard to uphold?
You know, that's something we talked about in the summertime. You guys know the standard. We know what it looks like when we're successful at a really high level. And our guys know that that's the way we got to practice and that's the way we got to prepare. You know, so I think our guys, from a preparation standpoint, they know what it takes to get to that point. And so they're able to prepare themselves each week, looking back on the success we've had in the past. But, you know, we've said, you know, last year's over. This group's wanting to write their own story, so it's all about this year.
Tennessee High coming in on Friday night. Of course, last year you beat them at the Stone Castle. Nice little series here, border battle between the two. What does this series mean to Abingdon?
It's a fun game, you know. Being able to play in the Stone Castle, great environment, and then finally being able to come here to Falcon Stadium. I think it's, you know, the rivalry of it being close by. You know, I think it's great for both programs. You know, I think Abingdon and Tennessee High should have been playing in years past. So I think it's a good rivalry. It's a fun rivalry. You know, we root for those guys once this game's over, and I hope they go on and have a good season.
Josh Holtz taking over as the head coach at Tennessee High. You coached with him here at Abingdon back in 2016. What's that going to be like going head-to-head against Josh Holtz?
Yeah, I think he's a great football coach, and his guys prepared each week, and they're playing hard. So we've coached with him. We know he's a good football coach. I think Coach Chandler does a great job, and kind of got to know those guys last year. And like I said, you know, I think they're good football coaches. They prepare their teams the right way, and we have an admiration for how they play football. So it'll be a great football game.
In 2016, he was the defensive coordinator here at Abingdon. You were the offensive coordinator. If somebody would have said 6 years later you guys were going to be head coaches for Abingdon, Tennessee High, what would you have said if someone told you that back then?
I don't know. Looking that far into the future, you know, a lot of things change, but I enjoyed coaching with him. We always had, you know, good rapport on the staff, and I know he treats his players, always wants the best for them, and works them hard, and, you know, a good football coach, and we enjoyed coaching together.
Friday Night Rivals has been very kind to the Abingdon Falcons. I don't believe you guys have lost yet since we started broadcasting your games. So what is it about being on TV that seems to kind of raise the level for you guys a little bit?
You know, I don't know. I think our guys go into it excited about the opportunity, and you know, they enjoy getting to see other teams play on the TV game of the week. So they're excited when they get their chance to play on TV.
Coming up next, we're going to catch up with Tennessee High head coach Josh Holtz to get his thoughts about his team. Plus, I asked him what it's going to be like to return to Abingdon, a place where he coached for 2 seasons.
What's your definition of fresh? At Food City, ours starts every morning as our certified butchers hand-cut everything you see behind the counter fresh that day. Fresh also means our beef is ground in the store several times a day, time-stamped with the hour it was ground. That's a fresh guarantee. The fact is, it just doesn't get any fresher than this. That's why we say, start fresh with Food City.
This is the legendary Toyota 4Runner.
For 40 years, this bad boy's been dealing with the off-road like nobody else.
4Runner's one of 15 different all-wheel drive vehicles from Toyota,
Including this favorite of mine, the best-selling Toyota Tacoma.
The Tacoma is all about off-road adventure.
Yeah, it's got multi-terrain select, crawl control, electronic locking rear differential. It has it all.
So whatever you get us into, Tacoma can get us out of.
And we'll have a lot of fun doing it.
Toyota. Let's go places.
At Bank of Tennessee, it's our job to help you focus on the happy moments and check off the things on your to-do list to pull it all off, like finding the perfect soil mixture, the right pots, and a healthy inventory. So you can wonder what they'll think of the displays, and if your green thumb will leave its mark on the community. We're here along the way, so you can pull off the happiest moments in life. Bank of Tennessee, in the business of happiness.
Oh, golly, I started loving cotton candy when I was just knee-high to a grasshopper. My daddy took me and my siblings to the county fair and bought each one of us our very own cotton candy. And it tasted just like this right here. Oh, it's a swirl of blue creamy goodness. Lottie me, I've always liked Pals, but now I love Pals. The new cotton candy shake from Pals is here, only for a limited time.
Pals, great food in a flash.
Cotton up, y'all.
Tennessee High has already won a game in Virginia this year when they beat Pulaski County. The Vikings will look to make it 2-0 in the Commonwealth tonight. I caught up with Tennessee High head coach Josh Holt, asked him what he's learned about his team as they approach the halfway point of their season.
We got some tough kids, you know. We got some really tough kids. We got some physical kids. They really enjoy running the football on defense, and up front, we really like to push people around. The physicality and kind of the I guess the dedication to being the most physical team on the field every single night is coming around. It's what we're after here.
What was it like getting a win in your first game that you coached here inside the Stone Castle?
Oh, it was unbelievable. You know, this place is special to me. It's special to this community, and to be able to kind of light everything up like we did in the stands there, and then come out in the new uniform and just get an electric atmosphere. We hope that kind of carries on, and that's what we're really trying to do, is keep this place electric and keep it special. So you can't beat a home win in the Castle, especially a conference game.
As a first-time head coach, is there anything that has surprised you that you weren't expecting that you have to deal with as a head coach?
I don't get to do too awful much football stuff. A lot of it's admin stuff, which I'm fine with that, but that's probably been the biggest surprise. But when you've got, like I said a minute ago, guys like I've got, you don't really have to worry about the X's and O's because they really take care of it. So it's been a little more, you know, laundry, paperwork, those kinds of things, as opposed to X's and O's on the board. But I'm absolutely loving it.
Going into the season, what were your expectations for this team? And through 4 games, how have they changed, if at all?
Coming in, we were pretty green. Not a lot of experience in some key places in the secondary and some of the skill spots on offense. But we knew we had high-character kids that would take well to discipline, simplicity, and consistency. And that's kind of where we're at now. We've done a really good job holding on to the football, not committing a lot of penalties. So we're doing what we want to on offense, and defensively, we're running to the football, which good things happen when you run to the football.
How much confidence did your team get from winning that first game at Pulaski County a couple weeks ago?
We had 2 weeks prepared for a really good Pulaski team who was really comfortable doing what they do on both sides of the ball. And that just kind of gave our kids the confidence we needed after going to DB. You know, DB, we battled as long as we could with DB, and then kind of the tides broke on us there. But, you know, going into Pulaski, we were well prepared, we were healthy, and we did what we were supposed to do at Pulaski.
Last week, of course, you beat David Crockett here at the Stone Castle. How important was it to start region play 1-0? What does that do setting you guys up for the rest of the region schedule?
We talked about that's the first step in seeding for the playoffs come the end of the year, you know, is taking care of business here at home against any conference foe.
What does it say about your coaching staff that you guys don't get away from your game plan? You had 0 points late in the first half against Crockett, but you stuck with it and paid off in the second half.
That goes to our staff. It's just being consistent with what we do, believing in what we do, and then being good enough to make the small, fine adjustments that help things start to break. And that's what we do. We've got the best staff, I think, in Northeast Tennessee when it comes to coaches. A lot of experience on that team. We're going to find a way to get things right, whether it be in-game, halftime, or whatever it has to be.
This is your first year as a head coach. You have a first-year starting quarterback in Jimmy Phipps. What have you seen from him through the first 4 games?
Lots of growth, a whole lot of growth. All he does is show up, work hard every single day. He's really good with his feet. He's getting a lot better with his arm every single day, and he's starting to understand the game a lot better mentally, seeing things and making the right decisions.
This week you guys are playing at Abingdon. What does this series mean to Tennessee High?
That means a lot. Every game means a lot to us, you know. We've played them the past 2, well, the COVID year kind of got us, but we're kind of familiar with them. I coached with a bunch of those guys when I was at Abingdon, so we're fairly familiar with them, and it's a really good rivalry. I think it's good for each school when we can play each other like that. We'll both bring a crowd no matter where it's at.
What's it going to be like going back to Abingdon after you spent 2 years on their staff?
It'll be pretty neat. That's a great place. It's a special place. I really love my time there. Those guys, I still talk to almost all those guys pretty regularly, so it'll be a pretty neat atmosphere, I think.
Certainly playing on the road is something you guys are very used to, having already done it 3 times this year, so you know what to expect this week going to Abingdon.
It's just part of it for us now, you know, being on the road, and what we're going to talk about today is stacking those games. We had a great game against Crockett. Let's try to stack another game and have a great one against Abingdon. That way, when we do have to travel to Morristown for another conference game, we've got the confidence we need, and we kind of feel good about ourselves.
What have you seen from Abingdon so far on film this season?
Same things you always see. They're very well coached on both sides of the ball, and they're fine with lining up and running the ball right at you. Those are the things that we see. Defensively, they do like we do. They run to the ball and they tackle pretty well, but they're always very well coached. That's a great staff up there.
This game features 2 teams that both prefer to run the football, so the clock will be moving, which really kind of shortens the game, so fans better get there early because this game could be moving pretty quickly.
Yeah, I'd hope so. That's kind of our mentality. We definitely want to run the ball, and I think Coach Amberg and that whole crew feel the same way.
Last season, we broadcasted the Tennessee High Abingdon game on TV. Doing it again this year, what does it mean to your players to be on TV?
Knowing that it's going to be on TV is kind of, it's exciting to them. They love that kind of stuff, the kids do, and you can't blame them. It's a great opportunity for them to be on TV and kind of reach out and get everybody to see what they're capable of.
We'll go inside the numbers on tonight's game between the Vikings and Falcons coming up next.
Monday, Fox 39 News at 10. Imagine winning a brand new truck like this.
They said my name, Amber Proctor, Bluff City, Tennessee. I couldn't even stand.
Find out how she did it. Watch the good stuff.
Fox 39 News at 10, Monday.
14 times, Tri-Cities. That's how many times you have made Johnson City Honda the area's only 14-time Honda President's Award winner.
Because that's the Johnson City way. Johnson City Honda, Johnson City.
Citizens Bank is a locally owned and operated bank serving communities in East Tennessee. The bank was established in 1934 with 3 guiding principles at its foundation: assurance of safety to depositors, a high standard of service to customers, and a genuine desire to serve the community. These principles are the core factor in the success that has lasted over 85 years and grown Citizens Bank to the renowned financial institution it is today. To learn more about Citizens Bank, visit citizensbank24.com.
Shopping for your next car? With our online store, you can search inventory and get our pricing upfront. Select payment options, get a firm trade offer, and add service and protection plans. Complete your entire purchase from home in a matter of minutes. Then pick your car up at the dealership or have it delivered to you. It's that easy. Start shopping for your next car today.
Harbaugh's Michigan Wolverines unleash their explosive offensive attack against Maryland. All part of Big Noon Saturday on Fox.
Welcome back to the Food City pregame show. Let's go inside the numbers on tonight's matchup between Tennessee High and Abingdon. Now, the history is pretty short between these two. They played a handful of times decades and decades ago, but in 2019, they signed on for a 2-year deal, and they've kept it going. Tennessee High, they dominated the 2019 game 35-9. Now, the 2020 game was canceled due to the VHSL moving the football season to the spring, so they weren't able to play in 2020. Last year they played. Abingdon dominated, beating Tennessee High 34-14. The 2019 and 2021 games were both at the Stone Castle, so the Falcons finally get to host the Vikings tonight. Up next, the final thing before kickoff, the Prep Picks crew make their predictions for the top games of the week. We'll be right back.
All trophies and plaques for WCYB's Friday Night Rivals are provided by Eddie's Trophies and Gift Shop in Bristol. Eddie's Trophies also offers medals, plaques, acrylics, glass, and crystal pieces for your business, school, or sports team. That's Eddie's Trophy and Gift Shop, online at eddiestrophies.com.
Turn the equity in your home into cash and get a better home loan in the process with a 100% cash-out home refi loan from the Bank of Marion. We'll pay you the difference between your current mortgage balance and your home's appraised value. And that's another reason why we're the home loan leader. Call, click, or come see us now at any of our hometown branches across the region. The Bank of Marion.
Shopping for your next car? With our online store, you can search inventory and get our pricing upfront. Select payment options, get a firm trade offer, and add service and protection plans. Complete your entire purchase from home in a matter of minutes. Then pick your car up at the dealership or have it delivered to you. It's that easy. Start shopping for your next car today.
Are you or a loved one not hearing as well as you used to?
At the Falls Plaza Hearing Center, we offer a 60-day no-risk trial on all of our hearing aids. With no fitting fees and a free hearing aid evaluation, you can try the world's most advanced hearing technology with no risk and simply decide for yourself.
Falls Plaza has been voted the most trusted hearing care center in the region. Simply put, we treat our patients like family.
So come see them for a 60-day no-risk trial period.
Getting that perfect slice is satisfying, fulfilling, and rewarding too. But we don't do it for fun. We do it for fresh. Slice to order makes a sub above.
Hello and welcome to week number 6 of Prep Picks. Casey Getz alongside Heather Williams and Steve Wilmuth, ESPN Tri-Cities, TriCitiesSports.com. Last week, nobody had a winning record. That might be a Prep Picks first. Steve, you were the best of the worst, so congratulations. First up is Chucky Doak at South Green, a little Greene County battle.
Yeah, South Green last week goes to 2-0 in Region 1 2A. They get that big win, racing by Cumberland Gap. Connor race, that is. A couple of touchdowns, one rushing, one receiving. They go up against a Chucky Doak team that 2 weeks ago really laid it on. Class 4A Granger, Brayson Mervin, 6 total touchdowns in that game. Chucky Doak, after that season opening loss against Catholic, averaging 48 points a game. I don't think South Green can keep up with that Chucky Doak offense. I'll take the Black Knights.
Yeah, I tend to agree. I think that defensively they're a pretty good football team, but I just don't think they have the offense to keep pace with Chucky Doak. I got to see the Black Knights in person a couple of weeks ago when they played Johnson County, and that offense is a well-oiled machine. I also like the Black Knights.
I like Chucky Doak to get the win as well. Heather, we got a pair of 3-1 teams meeting in Southwest Virginia. Lebanon hosting Virginia High.
Yeah, and who saw Lebanon coming in? I mean, everybody, I think, expected them to have a pretty good season, but at 3-1, they're having an outstanding season. But I learned my lesson last week with Virginia High, and I'm going to take the Bearcats this week. Please, Virginia High, don't let me down.
Yeah, Virginia High, after their season opening loss, they're averaging about 42 points per game. Of course, quarterback Brody Jones doing a tremendous job. 3 touchdowns to 3 different receivers through the air. Last week, actually 4 touchdowns through the air. That Lebanon defense, though, the last 2 weeks allowed just 7 points. But those Pioneer opponents are a combined 0-8. So I will stick with Virginia High this week.
Last week, I was at the Virginia High game when they played Central for the first quarter, and a little bit into the second quarter, it was 18-0 Bearcats when I left, and later I saw the game went to overtime. I was like, what the heck happened there? Despite that, though, I'm still going to roll with the Bearcats to get this win and get the 4-1. Steve, Union coming off their first loss of the season to Graham. They are at Gate City. The Blue Devils, after an 0-2 start, now 2-2.
And Union, hello, I have missed you so much. Union, the offense last week, though, coming in averaging 42 a game and scores only 8 against Graham, which is a pretty good football team. Meanwhile, Gate City lost their season opener to Richlands 27-13. Union has a 42-0 win over Richlands, but that Gate City team of opening week is much different than the one you're going to see Friday night. The Blue Devils picked 5th in the Mountain 7, has already beaten preseason number 2 Abingdon. Union is number 3. Gate City may have been undersold a little bit in those preseason rankings, but I'm not going to buy that the Gate City Blue Devils are quite ready to beat the Bears, so I'll stick with Union.
I think it's going to be an outstanding game, probably better than most people think. Maybe one of the best in Virginia this week, but Gate City's not quite there yet, I don't think. I'm going to go with Union, but I think it's going to be really close.
We all picked against Gate City a couple weeks ago, and then they ended up beating Abingdon. So, guys, you can show us wrong once again here. I think the worst thing for Gate City was Union losing. The Bears will be pretty angry. I think they're going to come back, get a little, take it out on Gate City, and I think Union will get this win over the Blue Devils. Heather, our Friday Night Rivals TV game this week, Tennessee High and Abingdon, both teams 2-2, both coming off wins last week.
Yeah, and I don't know what to think of either one of these teams. And sometimes they look really, really good. Sometimes they're like, I don't know, is this a rebuilding year? I think Abingdon gets the win, but just like my prediction earlier, I think this is going to be a close game.
Yeah, Tennessee High coming into that game last week, we talked about it, and picking the Crockett game all incorrectly, I might add. But in picking that Crockett game, we talked which offense is Tennessee High going to run? What is their offensive identity? Well, I think they established that last week with that offensive line headed by Evan Bedwell. They pick up 324 yards on the ground. I'll take Tennessee High on the road.
I think I'm going to get the Vikings in this one, go with you, Steve, in this one. The road team will win back-to-back years in this series, both of which have been on Friday Night Rivals. Finally, Steve, the only battle of unbeatens this week, you'll be there in Kingsport Friday night. Dobbins-Bennett 5-0 hosting 5-0 Greenville.
Number 1 Class 4A versus number 4 Class 6A. Should be quite the contest at J. Fred Johnson Stadium. Two tremendous defensive football teams. Dobbins-Bennett's allowed only 34 points all year. Greenville only 28. So which offense is able to produce points against those outstanding defenses? Will it be Greenville's pass offense, very efficient, 2 outstanding wide receivers, or Dobbins-Bennett's run offense that really ran right through Westridge last week? The key is the intangibles here, special teams, turnovers, and penalties. Dobbins-Bennett giving up about 125 yards a game in penalties. You can't do that and beat Greenville. But I think I'm going to go with Dobbins-Bennett. I think this is their year. Offensive line has really been dominant. I think Dobbins-Bennett gets it done and stays unbeaten.
See, and here I thought it was going to be edgy and take the upset and be on my own, but I agree with you. I think Dobbins-Bennett's going to win this game.
I think the Green Devils pedigree, they've been here before. I'm going to take Greenville to get a win. I think it'll be a very low-scoring game, but I'll take Greenville. So we have a little bit of a variety in these last couple games this week, which makes things fun around here. Well, Steve and Heather, thank you for joining me. As always, here on Prep Picks, you can get all your scores and highlights coming up on Friday Night Huddle.
It's Ram Power Days at Friendship Ram in Bristol. Right now, get 0% for 72 months on 1,500 Laramies with a huge selection, all with a lifetime warranty and a 7-day any reason exchange. Nobody beats Friendship Ram of Bristol. We're dealing.
What's your definition of fresh? At Food City, ours starts every morning as our certified butchers hand cut everything you see behind the counter fresh that day. Fresh also means our beef is ground in the store several times a day, time-stamped with the hour it was ground. That's a fresh guarantee. The fact is, it just doesn't get any fresher than this. That's why we say, start fresh with Food City.
At Bank of Tennessee, it's our job to help you focus on the happy moments and check off the things on your to-do list to pull it all off, like finding the perfect soil mixture, the right pots, and a healthy inventory. So you can wonder what they'll think of the displays, and if your green thumb will leave its mark on the community. We're here along the way, so you can pull off the happiest moments in life. Bank of Tennessee, in the business of happiness.
At Arrington Shalene, we think being a great lawyer is a lot like being a great pilot.
We spend a considerable amount of time preparing for every case. We're skilled in navigating the legalities of accident and personal injury law. When insurance companies create turbulence, we just go around them. Our goal at Arrington Shalene is for every client we represent to have a smooth landing and get the settlement they deserve.
If you've been injured, call us today at Arrington Shalene.
It's Ford Truck Month at Friendship Ford in Bristol. Don't pay over MSRP. Order your new F-150 from Friendship and get a free $500 gas card and $500 toward accessories. Nobody beats Friendship Ford of Bristol. We're dealing.
Welcome into the press box here at Abingdon High School. Casey Guest alongside Heather Williams. Friday night rivals back after our bye week. And Heather, we got a matchup of two and two teams.
Yeah, two teams that are very similar. They both love to run the ball, and they're both kind of looking for maybe that signature win to set the season on that upward trajectory.
If you want to run the ball, you got to have a good offensive line. Tennessee High does. Let's talk about one of their players on the line.
Yeah, big Evan Bedwell, the senior, as he kind of anchors that offensive line. As Tennessee High goes, it's all about that running game. They're going to need for him and the other big uglies up front to perform in order to get the win tonight.
All right, so who says you don't give love to the offensive linemen? We just did. As for Abingdon, we got their sophomore quarterback, Luke Honaker.
Yeah, this game has a chance of coming down to a big play, and if you're looking for someone that has the ability to make a dynamic play with this arm, I think the sophomore quarterback is the guy that Abingdon will turn to.
Luke Honaker did start a game last year as a freshman. He started all four games so far for Abingdon this year. It is homecoming for Abingdon tonight. A beautiful night for high school football in Abingdon, Virginia. 2-2 Tennessee High, 2-2 Abingdon. Don't go anywhere. Kickoff is coming up on Friday Night Rivals.
Hey, I'm Ethan.
And I'm Danielle.
And we're back on the road again in the adventurous new Toyota RAV4. Now, we can tell you why RAV4 is the best-selling SUV.
But we'd rather show you.
Let's go.
First off, RAV4 is one of 14 different Toyotas available as an electrified vehicle.
At 40 mpg, it's got a driving range of 580 miles.
Saving you thousands in fuel costs over the next 5 years.
And every new RAV4 comes with 2-year no-cost maintenance included.
Toyota. Let's go places.
Life can be a lot sometimes. But at Holston Medical Group, our primary care providers are here through it all, whether it be a routine checkup or something unexpected. Because at HMG, we're here for you through every stage of life with the best primary care and support. Whether it's you or the people you love most, choose a primary care provider you can rely on. Choose HMG, your health partner for life. Now accepting new patients.
How does First Sentinel stand out from other banks?
Wow, is this Noah? He has really grown.
It's an easy answer.
Good morning, Mr. Ray. How are you?
Local people serving local people.
Thanks for coming in today, Blair.
Sure, First Sentinel has all the services you'll find at big national banks, but you can say goodbye to big bank fees and red tape. Here you'll find no-fee cashback checking and no analysis fees on business accounts. And loan decisions are made right here locally at First Sentinel Bank. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Oh, golly, I started loving cotton candy when I was just knee-high to a grasshopper. My daddy took me and my siblings to the county fair and bought each one of us our very own cotton candy. And it tasted just like this right here. Oh, it's a swirl of blue creamy goodness. Lottie me, I've always liked Pals, but now I love Pals. The new cotton candy shake from Pals is here, only for a limited time.
Pals, great food in a flash.
Cotton up, y'all.
Toyota's Friday Night Rivals, presented by Holston Medical Group.
Welcome back to Abingdon High School. You are looking down on the Sky 5 drone powered by Empire Ford. Tennessee High, Abingdon. We are back after our bye week here on Friday Night Rivals. We did this game last year at the Stone Castle, doing it again this year at Falcon Stadium, the first time Tennessee High has ever played at this field. It is now time for the coin toss.
This coin toss is sponsored by the Tennessee Army National Guard.
All right, the coin toss. Tennessee High, of course, as the visitors, Heather. They get to call the coin toss here. Are you a heads or tails person?
You know, I'm generally a heads person, but I also don't win very many. So,
well, Tennessee High won the toss and they deferred in the second half. So Abingdon will start the game with the football. Heather, here's our keys to the game tonight.
Yeah, for Abingdon, well, let's start with Tennessee High. Obviously, we talked about it in the lead-in. They got to run the ball, but they also have to be able to stretch the field, keep them honest. They can't just run like they did a couple weeks ago because everybody sees that coming. As far as Abingdon's concerned, all their experience on offense is on that offensive line. They're going to need to lean on them to be able to run the ball ball and also be able to stretch the field a little bit. And then they've got to be able to slow the Vikings run game. Over 300 yards rushing their last time out for Tennessee High. If Abingdon wants to win this game, they're going to have to hold them well below that.
All right, you see the weather tonight. A beautiful night. Feels like football weather for the first time this season. 63 degrees. We'll be dipping into the 50s. Thank you, Dave Dirks and company, for a beautiful night for high school football. And your Toyota kickoff, we are underway. Abingdon will start with the football here. Going to have nice field position at the 30-yard line for the Falcons. That was Alex Hawkins with the catch on the kickoff, and Abingdon will come out with Luke Honaker, the sophomore quarterback. But Hawkins is like, here, somebody please take the football.
I think that it's going to be interesting to see how Abingdon comes out here. If they can set the tone early on offense, I think it's going to be a good night for them. But, you know, sophomore quarterback, playing on TV, a little bit of nerves. If they can come out and have a strong first possession, I think it'll be a good day.
All right, Abingdon starting this possession at their own 30-yard line. Luke Honaker going to start in the shotgun. It's going to be a fake and a throw across the middle to his big tight end. That's number 88, Aiden Woods, the freshman. Heather, he is 6'6", 245. Here's the Abingdon offense. Again, we mentioned Luke Honaker, Hector Taylor. Those guys up front, though, Caden Hounshell, Deshaun Lucas, some beef on this offensive line.
Yeah, and really the strength and, as I said, the experience for Abingdon. But I like that big tight end. That looked like a little bit of Patrick Mahomes to Travis Kelce there, hitting that big tight end over the middle.
What do you think about a freshman, 6'6", 245? Quite a weapon and probably a big future here for Aiden Woods, the tight end for Abingdon. Second and short 3. This is going to be a quarterback run all the way and a first down. Bank of Tennessee first down for Luke Honaker. And Heather, on the defensive side of the ball, Tennessee High coming off a win last week, only gave up 10 points to David Crockett.
Yeah, and really shut them down on offense. They're going to want to do the same if they're going to be able to get the win today. You look at those big guys up front, James Smith, Chris Wilson, Marcus Phelps, and Deshaun Harrington. I think, you know, stopping that running game, slowing them down on both sides of the ball will be key.
All right, 2 plays and a first down for Abingdon. They are out at their own 43-yard line. Falcons running out of the shotgun. Another throw from Honaker again to his tight end Woods, but he is going nowhere. He's brought down by Austin DeGear for a loss of 2.
Yeah, not fooling anyone this time. That was a good play by Austin to get up there and bring the big guy down.
Second and 12 now for Abingdon. Both teams 2-2 on the season. Abingdon coming off a 21-0 win over Richlands last week. This is their 3rd consecutive home game for the Falcons, and it is homecoming. We'll certainly have more on that at halftime. But after tonight, Abingdon does not have another home game until October the 21st. So it'll be a while before the fans get to see the home team again after tonight. Second and 12, I formation, another throw, some pressure and a sack for Tennessee High. Marquise Phelps. He didn't fight for the play action, and down goes Honaker.
Yeah, and if you can't hear, I'm pretty sure the Tennessee High coaches are right to my right, and they should be excited about that play. Open field tackle. I mean, he had to make that, or Honaker probably gets away and makes something happen with his leg, so big-time play.
Phelps, the senior, getting the sack, and Tennessee High's defense coming up with back-to-back plays with negative yardage for the Abingdon offense. It's going to be 3rd and very long for Abingdon. We'll call it 3rd and 18. There is Garrett Ambergy, the head coach here of the Abingdon Falcons. Done a tremendous job here last year. Of course, Abingdon went to the state semifinals in Class 3 in Virginia. Had a very special team last year. They set up a screen and nowhere to go. Tennessee High played that well. That was Phelps again, and what a stand by this Tennessee High defense.
Yeah, winning that battle at the line of scrimmage. I mean, I can't repeat myself enough how important it's going to be to the success of both teams. So far, Tennessee High is winning that battle.
You saw Phelps shed the block, and he recognized the screen, goes right to the intended target for Abingdon. That was Will Henley on the screen, so Tennessee High should get pretty decent field position here. Bit of a high snap. Tennessee High coming after it. It is blocked. The Vikings block the ball. It goes out of bounds, though. So it was Tennessee High with a big special teams play. It looked like that ball might have hit somebody in the face mask.
I mean, just a tremendous play, getting through that line and getting up there. I didn't see exactly who got, I guess, ahead on the ball. 75. getting through the line and making that block with his helmet and face mask.
Yeah, Jacob Ray right there. That's using your head right there. So a big play for Tennessee High here on special teams. They're going to start this drive in the red zone at the Abingdon 11-yard line. Jimmy Phipps, quarterback from Tennessee High, first-year starter for the Vikings. A little pop pass to the outside to DeGear, and he's going to be brought down maybe after a gain of 1.
Yeah, a little stiff arm there, but he just couldn't quite hit the corner there. But, I mean, running the ball, that's going to be the key for Tennessee High.
Here is the Viking offense again. Jimmy Phipps, quarterback, and they use running back by committee here at Tennessee High. You'll see Maddox Fritz on the outside. Keep an eye on him, and then Evan Bedwell, we talked about him before the game, anchoring that offensive line. So it was a gain of 1, 2nd and 9 for the Vikings. Phipps in the shotgun. This time he's going to throw a little swing pass to the outside to Josh Sizemore, and Sizemore is down very close to the end zone. It looks like he's going to be just short of a first down. And it looks like we have a player down for this Abingdon defense here.
Well, we tried to get a number on him. We'll take a look at that defensive starting 11. Again, the guys up front, Widener on the nose tackle in the center of that line, and then Deshaun Lucas, obviously the much heralded lineman for Abingdon. They're really the anchor of that line on both sides.
All right, that is Brady Self, the injured Falcon down middle linebacker for Abingdon, the junior. All right, while Self is down, we will be right back. You're watching Toyota's Friday Night Rivals.
Time to get back out on the road again.
In a new electrified vehicle.
And Toyota's got more than anyone else.
Many of them built right here in the USA. Like this electrified Highlander Hybrid that has a driving range over 600 miles and never has to stop to recharge.
It just happens automatically.
Saving you thousands versus the average new vehicle.
When you run the numbers, you can see why people love the Toyota Highlander.
And with every new Highlander, you get 2-year no-cost maintenance.
Toyota. Let's go places.
Citizens Bank is a locally owned and operated bank serving communities in East Tennessee. The bank was established in 1934 with 3 guiding principles at its foundation: assurance of safety to depositors, a high standard of service to customers, and a genuine desire to serve the community. These principles are the core factor in the success that has lasted over 85 years and grown Citizens Bank to the renowned financial institution it is today. To learn more about Citizens Bank, visit citizensbank24.com.
All right, welcome back. The officials not holding play for us during commercial break, so you did miss a touchdown there by Jimmy Phipps. We'll show you the replay right after here. But the extra point is up and good. Tennessee High on top 7-0. Again, we'll get you a replay. Here it was in the first and goal play. There's a quarterback sneak for Jimmy Phipps. Tennessee High taking a 7-0 lead over Abingdon thanks to that big block punt there.
Yeah, and that touchdown score was just power on power, right? The lines are going to be the story of this game, and Tennessee High's offensive line just pushed Abingdon's defensive line and let their quarterback just dive right into the end zone.
All right, so the Vikings off to a great start in this one. Again, the block punt was a big play. Tennessee High started that drive at the 11-yard line. So a very short field for that Viking offense. They cash in with Jimmy Phipps with the 1-yard quarterback sneak. That makes it 7-0. We have played just under 4 minutes here in the first quarter. Nice little series beginning here at Tennessee High and Abingdon. They played many moons ago. They picked the series back up in 2019. That was a Tennessee High win. They were able to play, of course, in 2020 because Abingdon, their season was played in the spring of 2021. So they did play last fall at the Stone Castle once again. Abingdon won that game pretty big. So this is the rubber match, so to speak.
Yeah, and I love this. I mean, 2 teams that should be playing every year. They're pretty close to each other, similar-sized schools as far as student enrollment goes. And I think great for the area for them to be playing this rivalry, something that the fans can get excited about.
Thank you to Keith Roberts, Jason Hutchinson for flying our Sky 5 drone powered by Empire Ford. And another Toyota kickoff here, Abingdon once again. That's Alex Hawkins, the second time he has received the kickoff. And so Tennessee High kind of going on. It's not a pooch kick, but they're not kicking it all the way down and giving Abingdon's returners a chance to make a splash play on special teams.
Yeah, it looks as if because they obviously in high school it's hard to find someone that can kick it out of the end zone. So as long as you're kicking it to not the speed guys, not the main return guys, they're able to mitigate the return damage.
Not everybody has a bench. Shrewsbury there at Daniel Boone that we saw a couple weeks ago where it was almost automatic that ball was going in the end zone here. So this will be another designed run all the way for Honaker on first down. Does a nice job evading some blockers, and he picks up 6 yards.
Yeah, and this is really what they want to do. He can harm you with both his legs and his arm. As you said, a design run all the way, gets behind his blocker, cuts back, and is able to get positive yardage.
2nd and 4 for this Abingdon offense. And they kind of got behind the chains on their first possession, had a 2nd and 12, a 3rd and 18. High formation, and a handoff right up the middle. Nice push by the offensive line. Very close to the first down marker.
Yeah, it looks like it might be a little bit short, but a much more manageable 3rd down than they had in last possession.
And they're going to give him a first down there. Bank of Tennessee first down. It was Hector Taylor, the senior, his first carry of the game for Abingdon. That was very close there. No measurement. They're just going to give him the first down, high it up, and say, boys, let's keep it moving here.
Well, and a nice second effort there, too.
Ball is at the Abingdon 41-yard line. Tennessee High on top early here, 7-0 after a block punt. Put the Vikings in prime position, and then Taylor goes down. Again, Phelps, that's the 3rd time we've called his name. Marquise Phelps having a great game so far on defense.
Yeah, the Abingdon offensive line really doesn't have any answer for him right now. He doesn't make like a short tackle, but he's just able to get his hand up there and trip up the runner and keep them from getting any gain on that play.
They say no gain, 2nd and 10. There's Garrett Ambergy. Again, there's quite a connection between the coaching staff here. Garrett Ambergy, Josh Holt, they were both on the Abingdon staff together in 2016. Ambergy was the offensive coordinator. Josh Holt was the defensive coordinator. Now they're going against each other as head coaches 6 years later.
Yeah, and Coach Holt said they know each other very well, talk a lot.
Honaker going deep, overthrowing his intended receiver. There is a flag that comes in.
I mean, it's in the vicinity of holding. I would assume that would be, but, I didn't see a ton of contact, but apparently it was enough for them to throw the flag.
It's interference on the defense. Number 5, 15 yards penalty, first down.
All right, so it was pass interference against Maddox Fritz for Tennessee High. So that'll be a 15-yard penalty, and Abingdon, that'll move the ball into Tennessee High territory.
Abingdon's settling down a little bit more this series. I think, a little bit of nerves. You've got a young team other than your offensive line coming out. This is a big game for them. As we mentioned in the pre-open, that, these teams are both going to be looking for a signature win.
But both teams have a little bit of confidence after both winning last week. Abingdon posted a shutout against Richlands, a tradition-rich program. They are a little down this year. And we got Hector Taylor, first down carry, a nice carry there by the senior. Looks like he has a first down.
Yeah, this is what Abingdon needs to do. They need to run the ball, and then keep them honest with the pass. Whereas last series they came out throwing the ball, their bread's not buttered on the passing game. It's on the running game, and they're showing what they can do if they just go man on man.
Hector Taylor, 5'10", 165 pounds. Of course, last year Abingdon had a great 1-2 punch at running back with Bishop Cook and Malik Hounshell. They were a very powerful ground team last year, and here's Taylor. Nice crafty moves there, turns really a loss, Heather, and about a gain of 2.
Yeah, really nice cutback there when he ran into the back of his offensive line. He cuts it back to the inside and is able to get 4 yards on the play.
It'll be 2nd down, 7.
So this Abingdon offense on the move here. Their second possession, the ball is just inside the Tennessee High 30-yard line.
Dark-colored Acura, Tennessee plates, 746, BDCD, blocking the way. This is your car.
Another run to Taylor up the middle, and he has a first down and more. Hector Taylor, Bank of Tennessee first down. The Falcons are riding Mr. Taylor on this drive.
Huge hole opened up, and I was always impressed. You mentioned the 1-2 punch last year. How how they just seem to find running backs and offensive linemen here in Abingdon, because I can think back to 2015 when I first got here. They've been able to run the ball well every year, and it's just a testament to this program.
Well, we talked about earlier in the season, remember, we had our News 5 players to watch, and we had Deshaun Lucas, one of the rocks of this offensive line. So Abingdon returned, I believe, they have 3 seniors on this offensive line, so they're leaning on those guys. And there's Mr. Hawkins, Alex Hawkins with a carry. He's already fielded 2 kickoffs. This time maybe a little more traditional for him, receiving the ball here on a handoff instead of a kickoff, and he picks up a nice gain on first down of about 6 yards.
Yeah, just following the big old holes at the middle of the offensive line opens up for him, and Abingdon's starting to find a rhythm now running the ball. Let's see if Tennessee High can answer and get their big front four to slow down the offense.
It'll be 2nd and 3. Once again, I formation. There is Tennessee High. Heather, you called it, the defense making a play, and they do. That was Chris Wilson on the tackle for loss.
Well, that up front four of Tennessee High is very experienced and is really good. You can't just keep running the ball. You've got to do a little mixing it up to keep them honest. They went to the well maybe one too many times, and Tennessee High is there for the big stop.
Alrighty, it is going to be 3rd down and a very short 5, we'll say here, just inside the 15. They got to get to the 10-yard line for a first down. They're going to go with a little pitch to Hawkins, and he is going to be short of the first down. He needed to get to the 10. He is just, I think, inside the 12. So it's going to be decision time now for Garrett Amberg. You see Josh Holt, the first-year head coach of the Tennessee High Vikings, and Coach Holt says, I want a timeout here. He's asking for a timeout, and the official finally sees it, so we will take it as well. You're watching Toyota's Friday Night Rivals.
The undisputed heavyweight volume dealer from Knoxville to Roanoke, Friendship Jeep of Bristol, we're dealing. It's Jeep Adventure Days at Friendship Jeep in Bristol. Right now, get 0% for 72 months on select Gladiators, and come see the all-new 2022 Jeep Grand Cherokee 4xE. Nobody beats the #1 Jeep dealer in Tennessee at Friendship Jeep in Bristol. We're dealing.
Oh, golly, I started loving cotton candy when I was just knee-high to a grasshopper. My daddy took me and my siblings to the county fair and bought each one of us our very own cotton candy. And it tasted just like this right here. Oh, it's a swirl of blue creamy goodness. Lottie me, I've always liked Pals, but now I love Pals. The new cotton candy shake from Pals is here, only for a limited time.
Pals, great food in a flash.
Cotton up, y'all.
Toyota's Friday Night Rivals, presented by Holston Medical Group.
All right, we're back here. It's 4th and 1, and Abingdon went for it, and they got a first down there. Alex Hawkins, big man, gets a first down, so he kept running, but the referee said you were down, son.
Yeah, but just a good effort to get that first down. The first of the downs, they got first and goal from the 8, a chance to even this game up.
Saw a missed tackle there from Turner Elliott of Tennessee High. Would have been close if he could have brought him down here. So 1st and goal for the Falcons. Hawkins is the back of the I formation. This has been a steady diet of the run game. And this time Tennessee High going to hold him to a gain of nothing. Jackson Elliott, one of a couple Vikings there on the tackle.
Yeah, really good effort by the defense of Tennessee High to get in there and clog up the middle. Now that they're inside the red zone, Abingdon's going to have to find other ways to get the ball other than just up the middle, because there's just less space, the closer you get to the goal line.
Alex Hawkins, who's been getting the last couple carries for Abingdon, he is a 6 foot, 195-pound sophomore. So Hector Taylor, maybe more of the speed back, and Hawkins more of the power back here. And the two receivers, I formation. It's going to be Hawkins again up the middle, dancing in for the touchdown. Goes Alex Hawkins, makes it 7-6, and is that a little bit of gritty there?
A little bit. An outstanding cutback there to find the hole in the offensive line, and then he just walks into the end zone. You can see right there he cuts back and into the end zone, and nobody's even anywhere near him to tackle him.
Nice block by Paul Widener on the offensive line to open up the hole there. That makes it 7-6. So Abingdon now will attempt the extra point by Tobias Reed. It's a great camera shot of this extra point. That is right down Main Street. So here's the replay of the Alex Hawkins touchdown, and there's the jump cut. It's 7-7. You're watching Friday Night Rivals. All right, Heather, we got the Blue Cross Bowl. This is the state championship games in Tennessee, December 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Never too early to think about the playoffs.
Yeah, and last year, great representation from our area in the Blue Cross Bowl, both Elizabethton and Hampton. You would have to think Hampton would be one of the favorites to get back down there this year, so mark those calendars.
Yeah, December 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. You see the Division I schools are the ones we have in Northeast Tennessee, so that's on a Friday and a Saturday. Last year we had Elizabethton playing at 11 a.m. Hampton played at 3, and remember last year they were in Chattanooga for the first time, the Blue Cross Bowl, so they are once again in Chattanooga. So last year we had 2 teams down there, and certainly like to see that. But we'll talk more about this, and you mentioned Hampton. We'll see them next week here on Friday Night Rivals, but we'll talk more about that as the broadcast goes on here. As we bring you back to Abingdon High School, 7-7 here between Tennessee High and Abingdon. The Vikings going to get the ball for the second time. Our Sky 5 drone powered by Empire 4. Thank you to Keith Roberts, Jason Hutchinson. They've been manning the drone for us most of the season. Tobias Reed will kick things off here for Abingdon. 2:26 left in the first quarter. 7-7. Nice response for Abingdon after their special teams miscue allowed Tennessee High a very short field. The Vikings, good return going out here. Tennessee High, a very good return into Abingdon territory. Josh Sizemore turned nothing, Heather, into something. Looked like he might get out to the 40, then he turned it to the outside, and nobody was there for Abingdon.
Yeah, he got a nice block there right before he turned the corner to open up the sideline, and then once he got to the sideline, yeah, there wasn't much back there except for the kicker. He gets a nice block right there on the corner, and then he's just wide open until finally gets pushed out of bounds.
There's Evan Bedwell, the center. We profiled him before the game. The anchor of that offensive line. I have a feeling when Abingdon watches this film back, the special teams coach might want to remind his guys about staying in your lane. Might have a little bit of over pursuit there. You never know when the ball is going to come back. So Tennessee High, another short field, starting this drive at the Abingdon 35-yard line. It'll be a first down run for a couple of yards, but that's all we're going to get the Vikings on the ground. That was Josh Green.
Yeah, that's kind of what you expect from that veteran defensive line from Abingdon, to be able to shut down the run like that. But these backs and this offensive line for Tennessee High is very talented, so they're really going to have to step up Abingdon every time to slow them down.
They gave Sizemore, or Josh Green rather, not quite 2 yards there, so Phipps this time. A nice run on second down for Josh Green. He gets about 2 yards shy of the first down marker.
Yeah, just kept those legs chugging, even though he was slowed down pretty early on in the run. Someone got a hold of his jersey. He just kept those legs going and is able to get quite a big chunk of offensive gain on that play.
All right, it's going to be 3rd and 2 now for Josh Holt, the Tennessee High Vikings. And when you say Coach Holt was the defensive coordinator here at Abingdon in 2016, then in 2017, when Garrett Amberge left Abingdon to go to Virginia High, Josh Holt was the offensive coordinator at Abingdon in 2017. And after that season is when he went to Tennessee High. First year as a head coach, and it's another handoff to Green, and he is going to be close. I think he's a little short of the first down marker. Looks to be about a half a yard short, Heather.
Yeah, just based on where the official is standing, but I'm not making these calls anymore because I missed the first one.
Right, he's holding up the fist there, so they're staying on the field, 4th down. And the game clock is about 5 seconds ahead of the play clock, so Tennessee High does not have to run a play here. They could let this first quarter clock expire, but it looks like they may run a play here. And 15 on the game clock, and there's 20 on the play clock here. It's been 3 runs for Josh Green so far on this drive. Let's see if Jimmy Phipps does a quarterback sneak, and we got a flag.
Yeah, somebody jumped over there on the far side.
Yeah, flags on the play.
Reading it was encroachment on the defense.
On the defense.
So a big mistake for Abingdon, giving Tennessee the first down right there.
I could be wrong, but I think it was the receiver lined up on the far side there for Abingdon that jumped.
All right, so 5 seconds left here in the first quarter for Tennessee High. The clock is winding. Let's see if the Vikings can get a playoff here before the end of the quarter. They do. Phipps fakes the handoff. He rolls out to the right. He's in trouble, and he is going down. Braden Self, good to see him back in the game. He was the injured Falcon on the first drive, and he gets a big sack of Jimmy Phipps to end the first quarter. We'll be back for the second quarter on Friday Night Rivals from Abingdon High School.
Life can be a lot sometimes, but at Holston Medical Group, our primary care providers are here through it all, whether it be a routine checkup or something unexpected. Because at HMG, we're here for you through every stage of life with the best primary care and support. Whether it's you or the people you love most, choose a primary care provider you can rely on. Choose HMG, your health partner for life. Now accepting new patients.
At Arrington Shalene, we think being a great lawyer is a lot like being a great pilot.
We spend a considerable amount of time preparing for every case. We're skilled in navigating the legalities of accident and personal injury law. When insurance companies create turbulence, we just go around them. Our goal at Arrington Shalene is for every client we represent to have a smooth landing and get the settlement they deserve.
If you've been injured, call us today at Arrington Shalene.
At Bank of Tennessee, it's our job to help you focus on the happy moments and check off the things on your to-do list to make them happen. The food, the setup, and if you bought enough flowers. So you can worry about what they're going to think. What in the world are they going to think? What your mom will say. And if you remember the dance you practiced a million times. We're here along the way so you can pull off the happiest moments in life. Bank of Tennessee, in the business of happiness.
I've worked for Summer Towers for 3 years now. I started out driving a dump truck and then switched to the concrete division. It's a good job all the way around, really. It's got great pay, great start pay. I like the weekly paycheck. We have killer benefits, great 401k plan. We need all the CDL drivers you can get. Come one, come all, and tell all your friends.
Join our team today. Scan the QR code or visit summerstaylor.com to apply.
Toyota's Friday Night Rivals, presented by Holston Medical Group.
Welcome back to the start of the second quarter here at Falcon Stadium in Abingdon, Virginia. 7-7 ball game between Tennessee High and Abingdon. The Vikings had a big sack. Braden Self for Abingdon sack. Jimmy Phipps for a big loss. Second and a very long distance for Tennessee High. Phipps is going to throw it here. Gets his receiver. Nice gain down the sideline goes Logan Tudor. So they got some of that sack yardage back and then a little bit more, Heather.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the stats from the first half, that sack really kind of skews the stats in the first half or the first quarter for Tennessee High. Just 10 yards of offense of yardage for Tennessee High to 64 for Abingdon. But big plays, especially on special team, is why this game is tied at 7.
Abingdon dominated time of possession in the first quarter, had the ball for 8 minutes and 43 seconds, but Tennessee High has only had it twice. Both drives started in Abingdon territory. Third down for the Vikings. Phipps looking left, and he's going to throw that one incomplete. He was looking for Josh Sizemore, so now it's going to be 4th and about 8 for Tennessee High. The ball is at the 18-yard line, so you're looking at about a 35-yard field goal, and it looks like Tennessee High is going to attempt the field goal here.
Yeah, it looked like a little bit of miscommunication on that last play. I think the receiver was open. He just didn't go to the spot the quarterback was expecting him to run to.
And Jimmy Phipps, the quarterback, has to come back out here to be the holder. Play clock is at 20, so Tennessee High still has some time here. This is going to be Thatcher Hutton to attempt a 35-yard field goal. That kick is up, and it is no good. Wide to the right is the attempt by Hutton, so we will stay 7-7. There is a penalty flag, though.
See what that penalty was. I was watching the ball, so I didn't see
in the backfield on the offense. That penalty's declined. First down, Abingdon on the 20-yard line. Yes, sir.
All right, so 5 men in the backfield. That's an illegal formation against Tennessee High, so even if that field goal would have been good, they would have had to have re-kick. So Abingdon will take over at the 20-yard line, 7-7. This will be the third possession of the game for Abingdon. They had the punt on the first possession. It was blocked, leading to a Tennessee High touchdown. Then they drove down the field and scored a touchdown on their second.
Yeah, and I think this is going to be a big possession for Abingdon because they can really kind of turn the momentum. A pretty good defensive stand right there. They held them to a field goal attempt. It was no good. You come down and get some points, and you feel like the game's starting to swing your way a little bit.
Hector Taylor breaks a run on first down, breaks a couple tackles. Nice run by Hector Taylor, a Powell sudden service first down. You know, we had Alex Hawkins scored the touchdown, but Taylor did the damage till they got to the red zone, and Hawkins took over from there the rest of the way.
Yeah, and I love the story of Taylor because Taylor did not play football until this year. He did not play his first 3 years of high school. Came out this year, and he's been a difference maker in the backfield.
So the two-headed monster of Hector Taylor, Alex Hawkins at running back has lifted Abingdon. They've really relied on this ground game after that first drive. This is going to be a design run all the way for Honaker. And Tennessee High, you see Marquise Phelps trying to strip the ball there, and good job by Luke Honaker to hold on to that one tightly.
Yeah, a good play for a young player where he might get a little frustrated and maybe not cradle that ball, but it's obviously been ingrained in him. Hang on to the football. Only picked up maybe a yard and a half, hard fought, but, you know, keeps the chains moving.
Watch Phelps, number 15 right there. He's trying his best to rip that football out. Honaker's holding on to that one for...
Phelps has been all over the field tonight for Tennessee High. We're only, you know, shortly into the second quarter, and I feel like we've called his name about 20 times.
So they're going to give that a 2-yard gain, 2nd and 8. We've played about 90 seconds here in the second quarter. Little miscommunication there in the backfield. Taylor is going to maybe gain 1 yard. Looked like Luke Honaker ran into a couple of his offensive linemen there trying to get the handoff to Taylor.
Yeah, definitely everybody not on the same page there. Fortunate to get positive yardage over that because that did not start out very great.
Yeah, he actually ran into Isaac Doss, his fullback there, number 44. Just threw the rhythm and timing off fraction. And there's the big freshman tight end, Aiden Woods, having to come out. Looks like he has a helmet issue there. Again, he's 6'6", 245-pound freshman.
Where can my school get a freshman like that? I mean, my college. That's a big boy.
And they reset the play clock here. It's 3rd and 7. Garrett Amberg is going to call a timeout here as they work on Aiden Woods here. So Abingdon is going to call a timeout, and we will take a timeout as well. You're watching Toyota's Friday Night Rivals.
Nobody beats Friendship Hyundai of Bristol and Johnson City. At Friendship Hyundai, get a lifetime warranty on every new and used car, an any reason 7-day exchange, and our service department services any make, any model, anytime. At Friendship Hyundai, we're dealing.
Oh, golly, I started loving cotton candy when I was just knee-high to a grasshopper. My daddy took me and my siblings to the county fair and bought each one of us our very own cotton candy. And it tasted just like this right here. Oh, it's a swirl of blue creamy goodness. Lottie me, I've always liked Pals, but now I love Pals. The new cotton candy shake from Pals is here, only for a limited time.
Pals, great food in a flash.
Cotton up, y'all.
With Friendship Fast Pass, you can search inventory online, get pricing up front, select payment options, and get a firm trade offer. You can complete the entire purchase from home and then pick up the car at our dealership, or we'll deliver it to you. It's that easy with Friendship Fast Pass.
Welcome back to Abingdon High School. The Falcons called a timeout before 3rd and 7. Each team has used one timeout here in the first half. Aiden Woods was able to get that helmet situation figured out. Garrett Amberg, he wanted his big tight end out on this field for the 3rd down play here. It's going to be a pass. Honecker gets hit and he throws it. It's intercepted. Tennessee High. Austin DeGear comes up with the interception, but there was another defender that hit Luke Honecker as he threw the ball to cause that one to be a wounded duck.
Yeah, I mean, that's just, that's not really on Honecker because he got hit as he threw. It was kind of a jump ball situation. Tennessee High is able to win that and get the turnover.
Here's the replay here. All right, it was Turner Elliott that had the pressure, so he caused that bad throw in. DeGear comes up with the interception, so Tennessee High, Heather, once again, their 3rd possession, all of them starting in Abingdon territory. They were not able to take advantage of their 2nd possession here. This one's going to start at the 23. Elliott, who had that hit on Honecker, gets the carry, and he picks up about 7 yards.
Yeah, all the talk before the game between you and I was about the run games and the offensive lines of both these teams, and it really has been an important part of this game, but I don't think any of us saw the big defensive and special teams plays that Tennessee High's been able to create that's really been the difference in this game and keeping them in the game and really feeling like they're in control of this game.
Yeah, the Viking offense, they have to take advantage of this field position. Again, they're 1 for 2 scoring. The first possession they started at the Abingdon 11. The second one they started at the Abingdon 35. This one they started at the Abingdon 23. So incredible field position in the first half for the Vikings. But so far only 7 points to show for it. Nice pitch to Elliott. He fumbles it, picks it up, had plenty of time, picks up a 1st down, and is still going. What a run by Turner Elliott. Heather, if he didn't bobble the ball, he probably would have scored a touchdown.
Yeah, there was really nobody on that side of the field for the Abingdon defense. He bobbled that ball and still has time to pick it up and get positive yardage.
So Turner Elliott having a couple of nice minutes here. Again, had the pressure on defense to force the interception, then has back-to-back carries. 1st and goal for Tennessee High from the 4-yard line. Let's see if they stick with Elliott. Powell's sudden service 1st down, and a bit of a fumbled snap again. Jimmy Phipps, though, takes it into the end zone for the touchdown. What a play by Jimmy Phipps after he kind of fumbled that snap. Now we got a flag coming in late. It was nowhere near the play at the other side of the field with a receiver and a DB. A flag came in. Not sure if that flag was after the play or not.
I think it's going to be after the play, but we're watching the other side of the field and watching Phipps go in for the score. So.
The result of the play is a touchdown. We have 2 fouls after the play. Personal foul on the offense, number 58. Personal foul on the defense, number 82. Those fouls offset, touchdown, try.
All right, so offsetting personal fouls will cancel each other out. So the touchdown by Phipps is good. His 2nd rushing touchdown of the game, and they'll bring in Tennessee High to try and take a 14-7 lead. Extra point is up and good by Hutton. So here's the replay again. We're going to take it a break with a bit of a fumbled snap by Jimmy Phipps. No problem. His 2nd touchdown. Vikings on top, 14-7.
The Kaiser Furniture Fall Sales Event has begun. With over 50,000 square feet of showroom, we have inventory for every room in your home. And right now, the more you buy, the more you save. Enjoy $100 off of every $1,000 you spend, or take advantage of up to 4 years free financing. Need some decorating tips? Our design team can inspire your creativity. The Fall Sales Event is going on now. Kaiser Furniture, Main Street, Abingdon.
This new Toyota Tundra is amazing. It's rugged and capable.
Designed, engineered, and built right here in the USA.
And Tundra is more powerful and more fuel efficient.
The iForce Max hybrid powertrain delivers 437 horsepower.
And with the multi-terrain select, no matter what the conditions are, it automatically adjusts the engine throttle and traction.
While the crawl control modulates the throttle and brakes.
When we say you can go anywhere and do anything,
Tundra really means it.
Yeah.
Toyota. Let's go places.
I just think one of them was wrong.
All right, we're back here at Tennessee High after a touchdown of 14-7. After that interception for Tennessee High, they had a 3-play drive, 22 yards, 1 minute and 1 second off the clock. So 14-7, Tennessee High on top. The Vikings have cashed in on a couple of short fields as the Sky 5 drone is flying high at Abingdon High School. Little pooch kick once again. That's been the mode for Tennessee High. And a big hit right there on Hawkins. That's Jacob Ray. He was the one that blocked that punt with his face mask. And then a big tackle right there. Coming up when this second quarter is over, we will have the friendshipcars.com halftime report. We're going to have some performance from the Abingdon Bands, also homecoming. Have HMG's Heart of the Town segment with Andrew McClung. We'll also hear from the Tennessee Army, National Guard. All that coming up on the friendshipcars.com halftime report. There's Matt Chandler, the defensive coordinator for Tennessee High. He was the interim head coach last season. Longtime defensive coordinator for the Vikings.
And what a great advantage for Tennessee High to have a guy like that on staff.
A tackle for loss by the Vikings on first down is Jashawn Hurton, wearing the 24 that I believe Jaden Keller used to wear at Tennessee High. Now he's wearing it at Virginia Tech.
Yes, and wearing it well. 7 tackles last night. Not the outcome that they wanted, but he's playing very well as a redshirt freshman.
Nice tackle there for a loss by Hurton.
You feel like this is a big possession for Abingdon. They have dominated time of possession in this game, but they're losing on the scoreboard because they keep giving up big plays. They need to not only sustain a drive, but come away with points at the end of it.
Abingdon is 1 for 3 on their possessions, finding the end zone. This one's going to be a design run by Honaker. He picks up maybe 1 yard. So it's going to set up 3rd and long. That's not where Abingdon's offense wants to be, Heather.
No, because they can throw the ball, obviously, but it makes it so predictable. It makes it more difficult to throw the ball when you know you have to put it up in the air. They need to really be, you know, finding ways to get bigger chunks on these first couple of downs so that you can either throw or pass and keep the Tennessee High defense on their toes. Right now they're able to tee off, knowing when the run's coming, knowing when the pass is coming, and it's not giving positive yardage for Abingdon.
Let's see, Tennessee High brings pressure. They're going to rely on their front 4. They're just going to rush 4, and that's all they need. Hurton, a sack for Tennessee High. He's had a big series of tackle for a loss, then a sack, Heather, for the junior Jashawn Hurton.
Yeah, it's just what I mentioned, right? They knew they had to throw the ball. They're able to tee off. They brought more guys to the line than Abingdon could block, and he basically goes in untouched and takes the quarterback down.
So 4th and 18, that is going to mean Luke Honaker will stay in the game. The quarterback's going to go a little further back, though, and he will punt this away. We're coming up on 6.5 minutes remaining in the first half. Tennessee High on top of Abingdon, 14-7. That punt is off by Honaker. Gets that away. A fair catch is called for by Maddox Fritz. So for the first time, Tennessee High, Heather's going to have to start a drive in their own side of the field.
Yeah, by 2 yards. So pretty good field position for Tennessee High to start this drive. And, you know, I talked about how this was kind of a big possession for Abingdon. Not only did they not come away with any points, but they really weren't able to flip the field at all. So another short field for Tennessee High.
They will start this drive at their own 47-yard line. This will be the 4th possession of the game for Tennessee High. They've scored 2 touchdowns and a missed field goal. It'll be a shotgun for Jimmy Phipps. It's going to be a handoff up the middle. Nice gain for the Vikings. Owen Brown, his first carry of the game. And Heather, last week, Tennessee High beat David Crockett. I think they had 5 different players with a rushing touchdown last week, and they really spreading it around on the ground.
Yeah, when you have a big, strong, experienced offensive line like Tennessee High has, you can use different speed backs and different styles of back to get the ball down the field and accomplish what you want to on offense. And Tennessee High, the last few weeks, has been working that to perfection.
Two receivers, Jimmy Phipps. This time he's going to keep it. Oh, he fooled everybody there. Jimmy Phipps is going to take this one in for the touchdown. What a great read. He's got a hat trick in the first half, a Toyota touchdown. That one, a 42-yard touchdown by Jimmy Phipps. What a nice play that was there. He played that read option to perfection, pulls it out of the belly. The defense had no idea where the ball was.
Yeah, just absolutely, as you mentioned, perfect fake. Everybody bit on the running back, and Phelps was basically all alone with just blue shirts chasing him.
Jimmy Phipps with the hat trick, 3 touchdowns in the first half. Thatcher Hutton in for the extra point attempt. That is up. That is good. 21-7. Tennessee High over Abingdon. You're watching Toyota's Friday Night Rivals. All right, but before we go to break, we do have a penalty flag that was thrown on an extra point attempt.
Extra point is good. After the play, personal foul on the defense. That foul is being forced on the kickoff, 15 yards.
All right, personal foul and assessed on the kickoff. You're watching Friday Night Rivals.
Toyota and your local Toyota dealer are combining resources to support our area high schools. We stand together as community partners for our high school athletes and their families to help schools and students get the most out of their high school years. Toyota is proud to join News 5 WCYB, Fox 39 WEMT, and Tri-Cities CW to provide each host team with a charitable donation to their school. Proudly presented by Toyota and your local Toyota dealer. Tonight's donation goes to the Abingdon Falcons.
Welcome back to Abingdon, and we've got to thank the Falcons here for hosting us for Friday Night Rivals. We were here once last year when they played Union in a rainstorm. Much better weather tonight. Our Sky 5 drone flying high above Falcon Stadium, powered by Empire Ford.
Unfortunately, not as good a result this time around for Abingdon. That play, that drive from Tennessee High, just 2 plays, 53 yards in 43 seconds. That's efficiency, and Abingdon's got to find a way to slow down that running game for Tennessee High. We mentioned it at the top of the show, and it is just killing the Falcons right now.
All right, so they're marking off that 15-yard penalty, so Tennessee High will kick this ball off from the Abingdon 45-yard line. So if you're Tennessee High, or you try some type of an onside kick. I mean, you got really good field position, or you want to do a little pooch to try and pin Abingdon inside their own maybe 10-yard line. We'll see what the Vikings want to do here, up 21-7. Thatcher Hutton on for the Toyota kickoff, and he's going to boom it into the end zone for the touchback. So Abingdon will start this possession at the 20.
And I think that's what you got to do if you're Tennessee High. I mean, I know the instinct is to want to go ahead and put your, the pedal to the metal and take them out, but you are controlling this game pretty much in all aspects of the game. You don't want to do something, make a mistake, onside kick it, give Abingdon good field position and give them a chance to get back in this game.
The Falcons will have to go 80 yards here, starting from their own 20-yard line. 5:38 left in the first half. Both of these teams entering this game 2-2 on the season. Be a first down run, but Herndon coming from the weak side with a tackle for maybe a gain of 1. This Tennessee High defense playing lights out tonight, Heather, other than that one drive.
Yeah, that one drive has really been the only blemish. There is a player down on the field.
Got a Tennessee High Viking down after that first down carry. You see Kelly Flannery, one of the best trainers around here for Tennessee High.
I think it's just a cramp. We'll hope it's just a cramp.
Tennessee High 2-2. Again, they beat David Crockett last week. Abingdon beat Richlands. There's Josh Holt. He told me that Tennessee High is going to travel over 800 miles this year. I mean, they've already played in Pulaski County, Virginia. They've gone to Knox Carnes to play this year. They were at Dobbins-Bennett tonight. Here, they got to go to Moorestown next week, and then they got another road game at Cherokee. So a lot of road trips this year for Tennessee High. But we're going to take a look at the replay here. Watch the right side of your screen, number 50 for Tennessee High, Evan Smith. Kind of gets bent backwards there. So good to see Evan Smith able to get up. He is a junior lineman, and hopefully we'll see him back in the game. He definitely looks a little frustrated right now.
Yeah, hoping that injury's not too serious, although they're taking a look at that knee, I think.
All right, 2nd and 9 here. We're back to action. Abingdon I formation. It's going to be Hector Taylor on the handoff. Runs into one of his own linemen, tries to kick it out, and he does. Breaks a couple more tackles. Nice run by Hector Taylor. Looks like he has a first down.
Yeah, Abingdon really needed that. They really need to have something positive happen for them on offense as we head towards the half here. Broke several tackles, spin, dragging guys with him, and just willing himself to a first down.
Hector Taylor's going to come out after that run. Powell's sudden service first down, and a well-deserved water break there for Hector Taylor. We're going to get Hawkins this time. The thunder to the lightning of Taylor. Alex Hawkins, the sophomore, picks up about 4.
These are the kind of drives that Abingdon's going to have to put together. 4 yards on first down is good positive yardage, and now you can either throw or pass the ball instead of being so predictable, needing to pass the ball to get long chunks of yardage.
Second and 6 for Abingdon. 4 minutes, 15 seconds left in the first half, and Tennessee High is going to make some contact with the Abingdon line. The Vikings are saying Abingdon moved, and shockingly, Abingdon saying Tennessee High moved.
Yeah, I love how they always point at each other. I didn't see any movement on the Abingdon line, but it's really hard to tell from this angle because we're not right on top of the play.
Holston on the defense. Number 7, 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
All right, so Tennessee High is trying to say that Abingdon moved and the referee's not buying it. You see, it looked like 2 Vikings run across there, but Chris Wilson is the one that gets called for encroachment. And then you see there for Abingdon, Paul Widener put his hands out like, I didn't do anything, buddy. You're the one that made contact with me.
I mean, you got to try, right? Sometimes it works.
All right, 2nd and 1 for Abingdon. Hawkins is going to get this one. He's got the first down, and then a rugby pile brings him down, but Powell's sudden service first down for Abingdon. And Heather, if you're Abingdon here, they would love nothing more to be able to run the rest of this clock out and finish this drive with about maybe 8 seconds left with a touchdown.
Yeah, and see, on this drive, you're seeing what you expect from the Abingdon offensive line, all that experience up front. You expect them to be able to open up big holes for their running back and really control the line of scrimmage. Tennessee High's defense has been giving them all sorts of fits, but when they are able to get positive yardage on first down, they're able to move the ball.
First time Tennessee High has ever played on this field at Abingdon High School. It's going to be a pass. We haven't seen one in a while. Honaker going deep. This one's going to be intercepted by Maddox Fritz. And let's see now Tennessee High's defenders can turn into offensive players. There's a flag for a block in the back. So all this extra return yardage is for naught because there was a blatant block in the back against the Vikings, which will bring this one way back. But that was a big overthrow there by Honaker, and it looked like Maddox Fritz was the intended receiver.
Yeah, miscommunication, obviously, between quarterback and receiver. He had a receiver open. He just, you said, he overthrew it, and that's just a sophomore mistake.
On the play. During the return, illegal block in the back. On the return team, number 58. 15 yards, 10 yards from the spot of the foul. First down, Tennessee High.
All right, so well explained right there. And this one was a very obvious block in the back right there. It doesn't get any more blatant than that one right there. And that's why you get multiple flags coming in. But, you know, when those defensive guys get a chance to turn around and be blockers, sometimes they get a little too excited.
Well, it didn't help that there was a big lineman blocking a receiver either. And when the big guys knock the little guys down, it's a little more obvious.
All right, so Tennessee High will start this drive with 3:07 left in the first half. They're marking the penalty yardage off here still, so looks like Tennessee High is going to start this drive at their own 33-yard line, which will be their worst field position of the game so far.
Yeah, we'll get the chance to really see what Tennessee High's offense has to offer in this game because they've had some pretty short field so far.
Jimmy Phipps, quarterback, 3 rushing touchdowns. He's going deep. He's got a man open, and it's dropped by Logan Tudor, and he couldn't believe it. Put his hands on his helmet. That's one he would love back.
Yeah, because he saw really nothing but green grass and one defender to beat in order to score a touchdown. But you got to catch the ball first before you can score, and it's right there. It's a beautiful throw. He just can't haul it in.
Yeah, great camera work there by our crew tonight, getting that ball perfect spiral. Dropped it right in the breadbasket of Logan Tudor, but unable to come down with it. Jimmy Phipps, a great first half so far. Again, has all 3 touchdowns for Tennessee High. This time he's going to hand it off the middle. Big hole up the middle. Owen Brown. That's a Powell Sutton service. First down for Tennessee High. And Owen Brown has 2 carries, Heather, and he's had a nice game both times.
Yeah, just power move, hit the hole, and just ran with it. He comes up limping a little bit, but he looks like he's going to be okay.
2:45 left in the first half. Tennessee High will receive the second half kickoff, so the Vikings can score here. They would get the ball again before Abingdon can touch it. Abingdon's defense coming up with a very minimal gain here, holding Tennessee High to a gain of 1. Nice surge by that D-line.
Yeah, and if you're Abingdon, you really need to stop here. You go down just 14 points into the half. That's a controllable margin. When you start talking about 21, 28 points at the half, that becomes a little bit more of a chore. But if they can get the stop here, that would be huge for Abingdon.
Both teams have 2 timeouts remaining in the first half. Vikings going to go to the air here. Phipps looking left, looking across the middle. That one is high and incomplete. A dangerous throw. Austin DeGear a little shaken up. He went up to try and get that one here, and he's going to stay down for a minute.
Yeah, I mean, that's a tough hit. He was hit in the air trying to go up and get that. All kinds of time for the quarterback to get the ball off, but the Abingdon defensive back did a really good job of covering anyone. He just threw it up there and then, yeah, right to the gut in the air. That does not feel very good.
That was Luke Honecker, the quarterback for Abingdon, on the hit there. Austin DeGear still down for Tennessee High. Probably just need a second to collect his breath.
It's good to see him pop up like that. That was a tough hit.
The Tennessee High student section making the trip up here, dressed in some camouflage, looks like.
And Dayglow orange. They're hard to miss.
You know, Jeremiah on our crew said this is, I think, the first weekend of, I think, hunting season, I believe he says this weekend. He was kind of complaining earlier that his teacher, deer season, his teacher made him do a paper this weekend, so maybe the student section.
They're getting a jump on tomorrow.
Yes. All right, 3rd and 9 for Tennessee High. Receivers switching sides of the field here. Got Maddox Fritz one-on-one at the bottom of the screen. That's where Phipps is looking. And that's where he throws it. That one is dropped by Maddox Fritz, so the receivers not helping out their quarterback on this possession for Tennessee High.
Yeah, Tennessee High has had 2 chances to get a first down in this set of downs, and twice the ball has been dropped by a receiver. I mean, I know there's a defender bearing down on you, but you're going to get hit either way, right? You might as well catch the ball.
So Abingdon dodges a couple bullets there on that drive with some key drops for Tennessee High. That'll force the Vikings to punt this ball with just under 2 minutes left. Hutton is back to punt. First time Tennessee High's punted all game. That one almost getting blocked. Nice kick by Hutton down inside the 10-yard line. You're watching Toyota's Friday Night Rivals.
Catch the biggest plays and the final scores on Friday Night Huddle with News 5 Sports' Heather Williams every Friday night during Fox 39 News at 10. Friday Night Huddle is sponsored by Ingalls, Hardee's, and Champion Chevrolet.
I'm Casey Getz.
I'm Heather Williams. I'm Steve Wilmoth of ESPN Tri-Cities and TriCitiesSports.com.
We will highlight the key matchups and make our predictions.
Join us for Prep Picks every Wednesday on Fox 39 News at 10.
News 5 and Hardee's are honoring outstanding students who are making a difference both inside and outside the classroom by showcasing their achievements. Email your suggestions to 5starstudent@wcyb.com.
The Hampton Bulldogs versus the South Green Rebels. Friday at 6:30 on Fox 39 WEMT. Toyota's Friday Night Rivals, presented by Holston Medical Group.
All right, welcome back to Abingdon. We're excited next week and be going down to South Green, the Rebels at Hampton. The last 2 years we've done that game here, it has literally come down to the final play of the game. South Green has won both times. Can't wait to get down there next week, but we got some business to finish up first here tonight. Abingdon they're going to start this drive at their own 10-yard line after a really nice punt by Thatcher Hutton for Tennessee High.
Yeah, if you're Abingdon, you just want to control the clock and not make any big mistakes deep in your own territory.
All right, quick throw there by Luke Honaker to Caden Sheffield. First time we've called his name tonight. Makes the catch for a couple yards, and he did.
Honaker's pass is complete.
They're going to say he stayed in bounds.
Gain of 4 on the play, second down.
So that clock continuing to run. Looked like to me he was out of bounds, but they said progress had stopped before he went out. So clock continues to run, 1:13 and counting. Abingdon does have 2 timeouts left, but they are 86 yards away from the end zone. And here comes some pressure on Honaker. He throws one. That one is complete. Nice play there by Owen Barr.
Yeah, that was a nice play for a first down, drawing the defense by holding on to the ball there on the little rollout and then dumping it over to a wide receiver.
Abingdon's going to call a timeout. That'll be their second timeout of the half. And there's a replay. Nice sprint rollout there by Honaker. So 2 guys we've called for the first time, Caden Sheffield and Owen Barr, making some catches. Both of those guys, Sheffield and Barr, are sophomores. I'm talking to Garrett Amberg. I believe he told me they only have, 9 seniors this year. So they have a small junior class, but a giant freshman and sophomore class at Abingdon. So they are a very young football team. That's something that could pay dividends down the line. Maybe they got to take their lumps right now, but again, they have a very big freshman and sophomore class.
Yeah, but that's also what makes a game like this important, right? Because you need to feel some success. You need to find some wins and to be able to compete against a team like Tennessee High.
All right, coming up, we have the Toyota drive of the game in the second half. Our crew will go over all the scoring drives, and they'll pick the best one they think, and we'll make that our Toyota drive of the game. That's coming up in the fourth quarter. 1:01 left. Abingdon, they're going to try to go deep here, but Tennessee High has other ideas. Another sack for this Viking defense.
And you never want to take a sack, but I actually think that was a good decision, because the last thing you want to do this deep in your own side of the field is to throw that up for a pick and then give Tennessee High another chance to score before the half. So you never want to take a sack, but it was a good, smart decision just to hang on to the football in that instance.
That was Micah Norton, the sophomore, on the sack. You saw they kind of faked the quick throw to the outside, and Honaker did not have enough time, so now Abingdon, after that loss, they are in no hurry to run another play here. It's 2nd and 21, 15 seconds left. They're going to let this clock run out, maybe get one more play off here, but they better be careful what they do. It's going to be a handoff to Hector Taylor for about a gain of 2. And that will be the end of the first half. Tennessee High is going to take a 21-7 lead into the locker room.
21, Abingdon High 7.
We will catch up with Josh Holt here before we go to break. Tennessee High on top 21-7. Heather, what are your kind of just quick impressions of what you saw here in the first half?
Well, I talked about it, but I really, in the pregame, I really thought it might be Abingdon that would be able to come up with the big plays because both these teams run the ball so well. Somebody was going to have to come up with big plays, but it was actually the special teams and the defense of Tennessee High that created those dynamic plays and helped them jump out to a 21-7 lead.
21-7 Tennessee High on top of Abingdon. The Vikings had some great field position there early on. They took advantage. Both of these teams have quite a bit of a ways to get up to the locker room here at Abingdon. And Coach Holt's coming over to going to put a headset on here in a couple of minutes. And the Abingdon band will be getting in position to come out for their halftime performance. Also, it is homecoming here, and Josh Holt is with us here now. Coach, first of all, I want to start off your offense. You had great field position in the first half. You took advantage. Jimmy Phipps, what have you seen from him? 3 touchdown runs.
Yeah, the kid's good with his feet. He's really good with the feet. He improves with his arm every single day. He's a good football player for us.
Coach, a lot of the talk in the pregame was about both these teams' running games, but your defense and special teams have really had the biggest plays of this first half. Brag a little bit on your defense there.
Hey, well, that's what we pride ourselves on at Tennessee High is tough, bend but don't break defense. And the special teams, that's where you really win the game. You know, Thatcher Hutton put the ball down here right. It's a perfect time for it inside the 10 right there. That's good stuff. We practice that stuff every day.
Coach, you get the ball to start the second half. How important is it to take advantage and get some more points here coming out in the second half?
I'm going to go up here in a minute. I'm going to talk to them about driving the nail and finish this thing off the right way and how we've always done it.
All right, Coach, thank you for joining us. Best of luck in the second half.
All right, thanks, sir.
All right, that was Josh Holt, head coach at Tennessee High. Vikings on top 21-7. The Friendship Cars halftime report starts right after this.
When you buy a car, do you want low-pressure, friendly sales associates who know their stuff? How about quick and easy service, great inventory to choose from, and right here in Abingdon? Yeah, sounds pretty good. That's Empire Ford. Come see us today. There's only one.
At Bank of Tennessee, it's our job to help you focus on the happy moments and check off the things on your to-do list to pull it all off, like finding the perfect soil mixture, the right pots, and a healthy inventory. So you can wonder what they'll think of the displays, and if your green thumb will leave its mark on the community. We're here along the way, so you can pull off the happiest moments in life. Bank of Tennessee, in the business of happiness.
Life can be a lot sometimes, but at Holston Medical Group, our primary care providers are here through it all, whether it be a routine checkup or something unexpected. Because at HMG, we're here for you through every stage of life with the best primary care and support. Whether it's you or the people you love most, choose a primary care provider you can rely on. Choose HMG, your health partner for life. Now accepting new patients.
Hi, Stan. Can we help you?
Well, these hearing aids are working so good, I thought I heard you scooping that ice cream.
Yes. What flavor would you like?
Well, I'm not sure.
How about some of our Superman ice cream to go with your super hearing?
If you have a hearing loss, come down to Falls Plaza Hearing Center today and get it licked.
Call us today for a free evaluation.
And hear for yourself.
In the Falls Plaza Professional Building.
At Goodman Jewelers of Abingdon, we specialize in making your custom jewelry dreams a reality. Let's couple your inspiration with our expertise to create pieces that are personalized and treasured forever. Schedule an appointment or come visit us today at Goodman Jewelers in downtown Abingdon.
Welcome to the FriendshipCars.com halftime report.
Welcome back to Abingdon. It is halftime. Tennessee on top of Abingdon, 21-7. It is homecoming tonight at Abingdon. The homecoming court being introduced right now. It is time now for the HMG Heart of the Town segment. Here is Andrew McClung.
Holston Medical Group's Heart of the Town.
Welcome into this week's Holston Medical Group Heart of the Town. We're in Abingdon, Virginia this week at Mamma Mia's, and I'm joined beside the owner, Bassett. Bassett, just kind of tell me, when did you first open this restaurant here in town?
It was about 5 years ago, late 2017.
So when you first opened the restaurant, where did you kind of get the recipes? Because I know a lot of your food that you make here is homemade.
Yes, it is homemade, and it's from the family. In France, we have a culinary school, mostly pizza school for the family. And so we have all the recipes from over there. My sister, her husband, they're the one who's running it. So most of the recipes from them.
So talk about, too, I know a lot of restaurants, the owner's not walking around the restaurant. I know you kind of make it, you're kind of to walk around every single table and just kind of check in on everybody. Why is that?
Well, the main thing is in our time, going to a restaurant, it is no longer, probably it never be. It's supposed to be an adventure when you go to a restaurant. You have to experience that. So I am here to give that to my customers, to talk to them when they come in, talk to them when they leave, talk to them during while they're enjoying their food, entertain them, talk to them about various subjects, but at the same time you have to watch it, not to annoy them. So the whole thing, it has to be an adventure. So I try to give it to them to the best I can.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Bissett. Hey, come check out Mama Mia's. They just made some fantastic renovations to the restaurant. And you'll see Bissett, too. I promise you, he'll be coming to your table. But for now, reporting in Abingdon, Virginia, with this week's Holston Medical Group Heart of the Town, I'm Andrew McClung.
All right, Andrew, once again, he did not bring any food back, so we'll have to work on that for next week. But here is homecoming once again going on at Abingdon. The Falcons down 21-7 to Tennessee High. The FriendshipCars.com halftime report will continue right after this.
Ticket plans to attend a 4-year university.
All trophies and plaques for WCYB's Friday Night Rivals are provided by Eddie's Trophies and Gift Shop in Bristol. Eddie's Trophies also offers medals, plaques, acrylics, glass, and crystal pieces for your business, school, or sports team. That's Eddie's Trophy and Gift Shop, online at eddiestrophies.com.
Score big with an auto loan from Eastman Credit Union. From trucks to cars and SUVs, ECU is the winning choice for all your auto loan needs. So what makes ECU the best? You can get a great low rate, financing terms to fit your budget, no payments for 90 days, and an extraordinary dividend year-end bonus. And best of all, you can apply completely online right now. Just visit ecu.org/auto and step up your game today. Eastman Credit Union.
It's Ram Power Days at Friendship Ram in Bristol. Right now, get 0% for 72 months on 1,500 Laramies with a huge selection, all with a lifetime warranty and a 7-day any reason exchange. Nobody beats Friendship Ram of Bristol. We're dealing.
Getting that perfect slice is satisfying, fulfilling, and rewarding too. But we don't do it for fun. We do it for fresh. Slice to order makes a sub above.
Hi, my name is Don Cornwell with Sounds Hearing Centers. I'm here with Bob Smallwood at our homecoming.
And what a homecoming it is, Don. Sounds like gospel. Sounds Hearing Center, 102 Barnum Road, and you guys are great.
Thank you, Bob. This is our Sounds family. Won't you join our family? We offer the best technology, the best service at the best price. Shop and compare. Why pay more?
Plus, we love you a bunch of the peck and a hug around the neck.
You're watching the FriendshipCars.com halftime report.
They are continuing the homecoming court procession here at Abingdon. It's 21-7 Tennessee High. Now let's hear from our friends with the Tennessee Army National Guard.
The Tennessee Army National Guard.
Here at Friday Night Rivals, we have been honored this season to work with the Tennessee Army National Guard. Joining us today is Staff Sergeant Tim McCravey. Tim, we've heard about the Tennessee Strong Act and some past things that we have talked about. That gets into a 4-year degree, but there are shortened versions of that. So tell us more about how you can get an education through this.
Yes, sir. So the Tennessee Strong Act can be used for a 4-year degree, but it can also be used for any community college or 2-year program, as well as TCATs that we have in our local area to include Elizabethton, Morristown, etc. But then we also have what we call the Army Cool program. So that is our acronym that stands for the credentialing assistance that we offer. And so basically, if you don't want to go to school, that's perfectly fine right now. We will give you $4,000 per year to use on any sort of credential program that you want to use. That can be used for EMT certifications, that can be used for personal or commercial pilot's license, multi-engine, single engine. If you want to go fly a helicopter, we will pay to teach you how to do that. And you can use that in your civilian career to further your to further the benefits that you get from it, job opportunities, anything along those lines.
So as you continue on to this, you mentioned some of the skills or things that they might go into. Are there others that we should be aware of?
Oh, Jim, so there is right now 6,717 different credentials that you can earn online. That's anything from CrossFit. If you're a big fitness freak, you can go and get your CrossFit certifications. C++, if you're a computer nerd like myself, that's an opportunity out there. The biggest thing that I have to say is just go and look up the opportunities and see if it's on there. If it's not on there, you're allowed to go and request those credentials to be placed into the system, and then the Army will place them into the system, and you can use it then.
Now you see why so many employers are looking for retired or people that have come out of the Guard or any type of service. That gives you an idea there. Again, we're so honored to have the opportunity with the Tennessee Army National Guard. Come by their office here on Browns Mill Road, just down from Outback Steakhouse. I know everybody knows where that is in Johnson City. Come see them, talk to them, see what career might be able and worked out for you. We're back with the Friendship Cars halftime report, and joining us tonight for this Abingdon Tennessee High matchup is the COO of Friendship, Dustin Walters. Dustin, I know that this is a great matchup, something that's important to you guys, and especially since you're a former Viking yourself.
Absolutely. You always got to look forward to the community rivalries, right? You know, Abingdon, obviously a great community, great school, great program they have there. But the Vikings, you know, that's where I went to school, so I'd like to be unbiased, but Vikings, let's put it on this week.
So with Friendship Cars, it gives people the opportunity that are here in the Tri-Cities to not only know about the brands that you have here, the Fords, the Hyundais, the Jeeps, Rams, but it also gives them an opportunity to get a new Nissan, to get a new Honda, because of your other dealerships that you have in other places.
Absolutely, and a lot of people don't know that, but you know, we have programs where we can deliver the cars to your home, whether it's a Honda, Nissan, even Chevy, GMC, Buick in Forest City. A lot of stores in North Carolina that we've been able to grow there. So we have the ability to buy just about any brand and bring it here for your convenience, make it a lot easier for you.
And you make it really easy with a great tool that people can do right from the ease of their home called Friendship Fast Pass.
That's really cool. Friendship Fast Pass gives you the ability to buy a car from A to Z, or you don't have to go all the way through. You can go to whatever certain point you're comfortable with, stop there, make a phone call. We'll call you if you have any more further questions, but you can find anything out about the vehicle, your trade appraisal, any finance products you're interested in. All the pricing is right there online. It gives somebody the ability to just, you know, completely do that purchase, transparent all the way through. And it's a neat experience. If you haven't been on there, you can go to any of our websites. Friendship Fast Pass is there. There's no obligations. You can go on there and play around a little bit just to see what your payments would be and what it would look like. And it gives people availability to have a little bit more freedom from home to do that.
You're watching the FriendshipCars.com halftime report.
For most families, saving enough money for a down payment to buy a home is difficult. We're the Bank of Marion, and we understand. That's why we offer a no down payment home loan for well-qualified applicants. Get your loan, buy your home, move in. We make it easy. And that's another reason why we're the home loan leader. Call, click, or come see us now at any of our hometown branches across the region.
Shopping for your next car? With our online store, you can search inventory and get our pricing upfront. Select payment options, get a firm trade offer, and add service and protection plans. Complete your entire purchase from home in a matter of minutes. Then pick your car up at the dealership or have it delivered to you. It's that easy. Start shopping for your next car today.
How does First Sentinel stand out from other banks?
Wow, is this Noah? He has really grown.
It's an easy answer.
Good morning, Mr. Ray. How are you?
Local people serving local people.
Thanks for coming in today, Blair.
Sure, First Sentinel has all the services you'll find at big national banks, but you can say goodbye to big bank fees and red tape. Here you'll find no-fee cashback checking and no analysis fees on business accounts. And loan decisions are made right here locally at First Sentinel Bank. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
What's your definition of fresh? At Food City, ours starts every morning as our certified butchers hand-cut everything you see behind the counter fresh that day. Fresh also means our beef is ground in the store several times a day, time-stamped with the hour it was ground. That's a fresh guarantee. The fact is, it just doesn't get any fresher than this. That's why we say, start fresh with Food City.
Is proud to recognize our scholar athletes, celebrating excellence in academics and athletics.
Each week, News 5, WCYB, and Hardee's is honoring one student athlete from each school involved in Friday Night Rivals for their achievements both on and off the field. This week's winner from Tennessee High is Kyra Adams. Adams has a 4.0 GPA and is captain of the volleyball team. She's also active in the community, volunteering with the Little Vikes volleyball camp and the local food pantry. The winner from Abingdon High School is Eli Singleton. He has a 3.906 GPA, is an honorable mention all-district football player, and a state qualifier in the shot put and discus. Singleton also volunteers with Faith in Action.
All Hardy Scholar athletes have the opportunity to compete for a $5,000 scholarship to be awarded at the end of the season. You're watching the FriendshipCars.com halftime report.
All right, let's take a listen to the Abingdon Band. Earlier during the homecoming, Lauren Wimmer was named homecoming queen, and Pickett Johnson was named homecoming king here at Abingdon. So congratulations to Lauren and Pickett. I believe Lauren, star tennis player.
Yeah, won the state championship, I believe, in 2021 for Abingdon in Class 3. So very accomplished young lady.
All right, congratulations to the entire homecoming court. We'll be back on the FriendshipCars.com halftime report.
Thanks for watching the FriendshipCars.com halftime report.
Hi everyone, I'm Troy Wimmer, and I'm at the Falls Plaza Hearing Center and got hearing aids, and I hear great. And I did it because of my grandkids. And this is Chloe, my granddaughter.
Now that he has hearing aids, he can hear so much better.
If everyone's having problems with the hearing like I was, go to the Falls Plaza Hearing Center and they will help you.
Call us today for a free evaluation.
And hear for yourself.
In the Falls Plaza Professional Building.
Score big with an auto loan from Eastman Credit Union. From trucks to cars and SUVs, ECU is the winning choice for all your auto loan needs. So what makes ECU the best? You can get a great low rate, financing terms to fit your budget, no payments for 90 days, and an extraordinary dividend year-end bonus. And best of all, you can apply completely online right now. Just visit ecu.org/auto and step up your game today. Eastman Credit Union.
It's Ford Truck Month at Friendship Ford in Bristol. Don't pay over MSRP. Order your new F-150 from Friendship and get a free $500 gas card and $500 toward accessories. Nobody beats Friendship Ford of Bristol. We're dealing.
Life can be a lot sometimes. But at Holston Medical Group, our primary care providers are here through it all, whether it be a routine checkup or something unexpected. Because at HMG, we're here for you through every stage of life with the best primary care and support. Whether it's you or the people you love most, choose a primary care provider you can rely on. Choose HMG, your health partner for life. Now accepting new patients.
Welcome back to Abingdon High School as halftime winding down. Heather, let's look at the first half stats.
And the biggest thing that jumps right out to you in that is time of possession. Abingdon, 17 minutes of possession to just under 7 minutes for Tennessee High. But on the scoreboard, Tennessee High is a 21-7 lead. Big plays, the story in this game. Total yards, pretty much even. First downs, pretty much even, but big plays on defense and special teams, game changers.
All right, Garrett Ambergy, head coach of Abingdon, joining us now. Coach, in the first half, field position really slanted in Tennessee High's favor. In that sense, you feel fortunate to only be down 21-7?
Yeah, we got to make them drive the field. We can give them a short field there with the block punt, and give it long kickoff return, and then we had a interception. So we got to play better field position and make them drive the whole length of the field.
You guys run the ball pretty well in this game and been able to control the clock. Do you feel like if you can keep that running game going that you can run your way back into this?
Well, yeah, I mean, that's the hope. We're trying to make adjustments there, keep the running game going. Got to get a big stop here on the first drive out of half, so it's a big series for us.
Coach, appreciate the time. Best of luck in the second half.
Thank you.
All right, that is Garrett Ambergy, head coach of the Abingdon Falcons. We'll take a look at some first half stats, and he talked about some miscues. Here's the first one, the block punt right off the face mask of Jacob Ray. That led to a very short touchdown run by Jimmy Phipps.
Yeah, and defense and special teams is going to be a theme throughout these highlights because it's really the reason that Tennessee High's out to the big lead.
Abingdon got going on their second possession. They used the running game, highlighted by this Alex Hawkins touchdown run.
Yeah, great blocking by the offensive line during this drive. More of that, and they can get back into this game.
All right, Tennessee High, though, there's the interception Coach Ambergy referenced. The second touchdown run here by Jimmy Phipps. And then there's the best one of the night so far. Beautiful play right here, 21-7 Tennessee High on top of Abingdon. So, again, Tennessee High is going to get the possession to start the second half as the Sky 5 drone is watching the band exit the field and the players going through the final stretching. And Heather, once again, it's that time to talk about the Blue Cross Bowl. We will show all 9 games on the Tri-City CW, the state championship games in Tennessee, 3 private school divisions, Division 2, and then the 6 public school division championships. Mark your calendars, December 1st, 2nd, 3rd.
Yeah, you talked about the last time we had this graphic up and the move to Chattanooga last year. I think that's been a great move for the TSSAA. The only part of the state that might be as crazy about football as us up here in Upper East Tennessee is them down in Southeast Tennessee. They love their football. Great facility for high school sports, and going to Chattanooga feels like something special.
All right, Tennessee High defense in the first half. They had, I believe, 3 sacks in the first half, and here's one of them. First, it was Marquise Phelps. He was the one we were calling early. Then later on, it was Jay Sean Herndon. Those 2 players we called a lot in the backfield.
Yeah, the defense has been the most pleasant surprise for me for Tennessee High. You knew they were going to run the ball. You knew they were going to make things happen on offense, but their defense has proven that this is a big game.
And here's Jimmy Phipps. We saw during the highlights, he had 3 touchdown runs in the first half. His passing yardage would have been a lot higher if not for a couple of key drops by his receivers late in the half. This one, though, my favorite play of the first half. Jimmy Phipps going 42 yards for the touchdown, untouched, 21-7. And we'll see this Tennessee High offense to start the second half.
Yeah, we highlighted Luke Honaker as a player to watch in the pregame, and I think that Phipps took offense to that. I think I offended him because he's really been the game changer on offense for Tennessee High.
All right, the dance team in Abingdon just finishing up a performance. And we'll have kickoff coming up in 60 seconds.
Does your company need to hire more than 10 new employees and you can't find qualified candidates? Are staffing needs keeping you from meeting the demand for your products or services? Human Resource Directors, let us fill your open positions. Our solutions can be tailored to all industries and businesses, small and large, manufacturing, healthcare, warehousing, transportation, construction, and more. Combining the power of television with targeted digital solutions, WCYB will speak directly to the candidates you need, wherever you need them. We'll showcase why you are an employer of choice. We send qualified candidates directly to your application portal from the Tri-Cities or nationwide, or for any other locations you may have throughout the country. Call WCYB today, or use the on-screen QR code to connect directly with us. We're ready to relieve your staffing needs today.
All right, we are ready for the start of the third quarter. While we have a second, and we'll pass along a score of interest. Of course, you got that big game tonight. Dobyns-Bennett hosting Greenville. Both teams 5-0 on the season. Heather, Greenville on top of Dobyns-Bennett 14-0 at halftime over at J. Fred Johnson Stadium in Kingsport.
Yeah, really impressive by the Green Devil defense to be able to shut down that Dobyns-Bennett offense. You kind of thought it would be a little bit of a defensive struggle, but to hold them to goose egg so far is impressive.
All right, Abingdon will kick things off here to begin the second half, down 21-7 from Tennessee High. Might want to be on your P's and Q's here. You never know. Abingdon may try and steal possession here. You talked about Coach Amberger having to make them drive the length of the field, so that would go against trying to do something funky here, but you never know what some of these coaches have up their sleeve. Tobias Reed will kick off here for the Falcons. And it's going to be a high one, bounces short of the 20, picked up by Maddox Fritz, and he's got some running room. Maddox Fritz, he's going all the way for the touchdown. Maddox Fritz, a kickoff return, a Toyota touchdown to start the third quarter, and that is exactly what Abingdon did not need to have happen.
No, and you know, when you draw up a kickoff return, you talk about the wedge and the blocking. That is exactly what special teams coaches want. That was almost a perfectly set up return game for Tennessee High. A couple of blocks, you see right there the wedge, and then he's gone, and nobody can get him once it gets to the outside.
Maddox Fritz more than makes up for that drop he had on that last possession there for Tennessee High, with a kickoff return for a touchdown of close to 80 yards, and what a fireworks there for Tennessee High. 12 seconds into the third quarter, Vikings now take a 28-7 lead. My, oh my, Abingdon has to be deflated right now. All right, we'll be back on Friday Night Rivals.
This is the legendary Toyota 4Runner.
For 40 years, this bad boy's been dealing with the off-road like nobody else.
4Runner's one of 15 different all-wheel drive vehicles from Toyota,
including this favorite of mine, the best-selling Toyota Tacoma.
The Tacoma is all about off-road adventure.
Yeah, it's got multi-terrain select, crawl control, electronic locking rear differential. It has it all.
So whatever you get us into, Tacoma can get us out of.
And we'll have a lot of fun doing it.
Toyota. Let's go places.
Life can be a lot sometimes, but at Holston Medical Group, our primary care providers are here through it all, whether it be a routine checkup or something unexpected. Because at HMG, we're here for you through every stage of life with the best primary care and support. Whether it's you or the people you love most, choose a primary care provider you can rely on. Choose HMG, your health partner for life. Now accepting new patients.
All right, 12 seconds is all it took for Tennessee High to score in the third quarter. Maddox Fritz with a close to 80-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. Makes it 28-7 Tennessee High. And Abingdon now, they are in deep trouble, Heather.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a big drive for Abingdon. You know, 28-7, that's a big deficit to try to overcome, but you have a young team. You've got to see how they respond if they're punched in the mouth a little bit. And maybe if you just take this little bits at a time, you can get yourself back into this game, but they've got to respond here.
That was Alex Hawkins. He's been the most popular man on the kickoffs, been fielding these short kickoffs by Tennessee High. So Abingdon's offense comes on the field down 28-7. Coach Amberger said they needed to stop there. The defense, though, never got on the field to start that third quarter. Special teams for Tennessee High tonight have been very special. A blocked punt and now a kickoff return. Hector Taylor, the deep back in the I formation, and he's going nowhere on first down as he is brought down for no gain by Josh Bell.
I've really been impressed with Tennessee High the last couple of games. They got off to kind of a slow start. Considered maybe a little bit of rebuilding year for them, but these guys have said, no, we're not going to rebuild. We're going to reload. And the last few games, I mean, David Crockett and again tonight against Abingdon, these are two well-established programs in the area with good traditions, and they have looked really impressive and shown that they are going to be someone you're going to have to pay attention to a little bit in Class 5A.
2nd and 10 for Abingdon. Looks like we got a false start against the Falcons offensive line.
Prior to the snap, false start on the offense, number 51. 5 yards, 2nd down.
All right, so that makes it 2nd and 15.
Yeah, and they called number 51 on the false start there, but there were actually like 3 guys that jumped, so he was just the one that got called out.
2nd and 15 for Abingdon from their own 35-yard line. Down 28-7 here, early stages of the third quarter. Could be a pitch to Hector Taylor, does a good job to catch it. And he turns something that could have been a negative into about a gain of 3. That play just a hair off.
Yeah, a little bit off, but it is positive, right? Because he was able to make something out of what was nothing. That was actually a really good catch there, almost one-handed, and then turned it upfield for a little bit of a gain.
All right, it'll be 3rd and 12 for the Falcons on their own side of the field. We've played almost 2 minutes here in the third quarter. It'll be shotgun here for Honaker. The Vikings are coming after him. Honaker gets through. He's going to decide to run, uses the official as a bit of a screen. He's short of the first down marker. There is a penalty flag. I think we might have a holding penalty back against Abingdon. And it is a holding penalty, and the referee, Fred Conley, asking if Tennessee High wants to accept the penalty or they want to. And I think they definitely should. It'd be
holding on the offense, number 65. 10-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
But that play there, it really does show you exactly what Honaker can do. You see, there's the hold, but, I mean, he's an athletic kid and a dynamic kid, and they can get more out of that from him. Just a sophomore, you know, they're going to figure some things out for sure.
So Tennessee High does accept the penalty. If they declined the penalty, it would have been about a 4th and 4, which surely Abingdon would have gone for. So now Tennessee High is going to back them up and make it 3rd and 32. So now the thing here, your Tennessee High, is you don't want to get a cheap holding penalty or something. They got to pick up 32 yards for the first down. We'll see what Abingdon draws up here. They got a receiver uncovered at the bottom of the screen. Tennessee High a little late on the play, getting the defense set. Honaker throws across the middle, incomplete. He was looking for Lucas Brooks.
Yeah, and Brooks was open there for a split second, but pretty good zone coverage by Tennessee High there. Would have been a tough throw. And on 3rd and basically Damascus to go, it would have been a tall order for them to convert that.
Yeah, you saw Jackson Elliott there kind of dropping back, number 8, and Honaker did a good job of getting it over him. Tennessee High has already blocked 1 punt tonight. Honaker, they're coming after another one here. That's partially blocked again. Tennessee High, they're saying get away from that, but then one of their players goes diving after it. All right, that punt was blocked here, and waiting to see where they're going to spot it.
We have first touching by the kicking team. Ball He's spotted on the 27-yard line. First down, Tennessee High.
And it did hit an Abingdon player in the back here after it bounced after being partially blocked. So I think they're calling it down at the point where it hit that player in the back.
Another ball off the head. And was that Jacob Ray? I believe that's the second time now a punt has hit him in the helmet.
But you can see the ball there dumping off of number 40, and that's where they marked the ball down at.
Great shot by our crew there to get that blocked punt. So Abingdon's punt team are having trouble tonight. Tennessee High, 2 blocks, and Jacob Ray, we're going to give him the Use Your Head award tonight because he has blocked 2 punts with his face mask and then the crown of his helmet. Josh Green gets that carry on first down for Tennessee High. And everything Coach Amberg said they needed to do, make Tennessee High drive the length of the field. They give up a kickoff return and then another block punt. Tennessee High starts this drive, Heather, inside the Abingdon 30-yard line.
Yeah, and really both those block punts were because the line was pushing Abingdon's offensive line or offensive, line on special teams into the backfield, and then they're not getting the punt up high enough to clear that line. It's the same concept as putting your hand up on a punt.
All right, there's Owen Brown up the middle. What can Brown do for you? Almost a touchdown, not quite though for Owen Brown inside the Toyota red zone. It's going to be first and goal from the 1-yard line.
And a great run there. I mean, just didn't give up. He looked like he was going to be tackled after just a few yards, but he keeps moving those feet and is able to shed the tackle a couple of times and then finally fall forward to the 1-yard line.
Owen Brown hasn't had a ton of carries tonight, but he has made the most of them all. I believe he has 3 carries. They've all gone for a first down. When he gets the ball, he just is going north and south right away. Let's see if Jimmy Phipps will get a 4th rushing touchdown or if he's going to hand it off here. And he is going to hand it off, and it looks like the Vikings are going to get stopped just short of the end zone. That was Owen Brown. He got him down to the 1. They tried to give it to him to get in the end zone, but he was not able to do so, so it'll be second and goal.
This is going to be tough for Tennessee High just because this is the strength of Abingdon's defense, is that interior line, those big guys up front. So they may need to use a little misdirection or a little bit more of their speed down here now that they're so close to punching in the final yard.
I like the Tennessee High went back to Brown. He got him down there. So, all right, we'll give you a chance here to get it in the end zone. He does not. So they bring in a couple of different backs, and we'll see what they do here. Looks like Marquise Phelps might be back to number 15, the D lineman. It's going to be a push, and Phipps in for his 4th touchdown of the game, a Toyota touchdown. The way Jimmy Phipps is going, he may be driving a Toyota out of here tonight. 4 touchdowns.
It certainly has been a dynamic performance from him with his legs and just really leading this Vikings team and coming up with big plays when they've needed them.
And his duties are not done. He's also the holder here for Tennessee High. So Thatcher Hutton. And there's Phipps going to hold it, doing it all here. 4 rushing touchdowns, holding here on his 5th extra point. That is blocked. That is blocked. So Abingdon with a big special teams play. They're up 30. They trail 34-7 over Tennessee High. You're watching Toyota's Friday Night Rivals.
It's Ram Power Days at Friendship Ram in Bristol. Right now, get 0% for 72 months on 1,500 Laramies with a huge selection, all with a lifetime warranty and a 7-day any reason exchange. Nobody beats Friendship Ram of Bristol. We're dealing.
Oh, golly, I started loving cotton candy when I was just knee-high to a grasshopper. My daddy took me and my siblings to the county fair and bought each one of us our very own cotton candy. It tasted just like this right here. Oh, it's a swirl of blue creamy goodness. Lottie me, I've always liked Pals, but now I love Pals. The new cotton candy shake from Pals is here, only for a limited time.
Pals, great food in a flash.
Cotton up, y'all.
It's Ford Truck Month at Friendship Ford in Bristol. Don't pay over MSRP. Order your new F-150 from Friendship and get a free $500 gas card and $500 toward accessories. Nobody beats Friendship Ford of Bristol. We're dealing.
Welcome back to Falcon Stadium. Tennessee High on top of Abingdon 34-7. It was 21-7 at halftime. The Vikings 2 touchdowns in less than 5 minutes, Heather. to start the third quarter.
Yeah, everything that Abingdon didn't want to happen has happened to start this third quarter, and now Tennessee High completely in control of this game.
Hutton with the kickoff. This one, he kicks it down to the 10-yard line. And the Vikings kick coverage unit keeps them short of the 30-yard line. We do have an Abingdon player down. While we have a second, we will, coming up in the fourth quarter, have our Toyota drive of the game. And the way things are going, it'll very likely be a Tennessee High drive of the game. Vikings in control up 34-7.
There is still a lot of time left in this game, and I think Abingdon needs to just not let this game get away from them anymore. You come down and score a touchdown here, and I think you can start to chip away a little bit at this lead. But right now, Tennessee High's front guys especially have shown complete control of the line, both on offense and defense, and that's going to make it very difficult because of the way that Abingdon likes to run their offense, ball control, for them to get quick strikes that they need to get back into this game. But it's still possible.
That was Jack Ferguson shaken up on that kick off for Abingdon, the senior. One of the few seniors on this Abingdon team this year. So we'll see what Abingdon's offense has, down 27 points. Ferguson's going to take a seat. This drive will start at the 26-yard line for Abingdon. They're going to have two receivers. Let's see if they get their big tight end involved, Aiden Woods. He had a catch early in the game. And throw it to Taylor. Nice one-handed catch by Hector Taylor. Wow, that was very casual with that one-handed catch, like it was no big deal at all.
Yeah, he's made a couple of good one-handed snags in this quarter. And I mentioned it in the first half. I mean, impressive for a kid who didn't play football until this year. Look at that. He's been doing it all his life.
Great grab by Hector Taylor. As you mentioned, Heather had not played football before this year, and Abingdon's probably thinking, why the heck didn't you? He's getting an opportunity to shine here as the lead running back for the Falcons after losing a couple of good ones last season.
Timing is everything. And this has been his time. He's been one of the more effective offensive players for Abingdon in this game.
He picks up 4 yards, and Taylor tapping his helmet looking for a sub. So in comes Alex Hawkins, the bigger back.
I do love the change of pace that they can do in their backfield. I think it could be really effective for the Falcons throughout the year. Taylor kind of the speed guy, and then now the big kind of bruiser in.
A little pop pass here to J.J. Long. He gets rocked by Josh Bell. That goes down as a pass, since it was a little pop forward. Do that, so in case it's dropped, it's an incomplete pass, not a fumble. Quarterback easy padding of the passing yards on those plays.
Yeah, it makes the running back do most of the work. But this is what I talked about in the first half for Abingdon. Now we got 3rd and 4 to control, or 3rd and 3. It's a controllable down. You can run or pass out of those formations instead of being so predictable in those 3rd and longs and needing to put the ball up.
Certainly with the score where it is, probably a 2 downs for Abingdon here to get these 3 yards. It's going to be a run up the middle to Hawkins, and he has the first down. Alex Hawkins, Bank of Tennessee, first down here, will move the chains.
And regardless of how this game turns out, this is really what Abingdon needs to do. They need to get those big chunks on 1st and 2nd down, have those 3rd downs be controllable down so they aren't so predictable, and then Tennessee High can just tee off, or whoever they're playing can just tee off on 3rd down. So really good drive so far for Abingdon. Let's see if they can keep it going.
We're under 5 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter. Tennessee High has scored 27 unanswered points after this game was tied 7-7. It's going to be a run again to Hawkins, breaking a couple tackles, and he's going to pick up about 4. Then here comes the penalty flag in.
Yeah, and that's in the backfield where a hold would usually come from. I didn't see the hold, but generally when it's there, that's what it is. Oh. So an unsportsmanlike conduct call there.
Against Abingdon. That's Deshaun Lucas, their senior lineman.
Well, and those are the kind of mistakes you can't have from a senior. That was a really good play moving the ball. And then after the play, you get an unsportsmanlike conduct call, kind of breaking up what's been a really good drive for Abingdon.
So that brings the ball back to the Abingdon 43-yard line. They need to get out to the Tennessee High 37 for a first down. It's going to be a run to Hawkins, and he's not going anywhere. Chris Wilson brings him down after maybe a gain of 1.
Yeah, not fooling anyone on that. I've been really impressed with the front four for Tennessee High. For all the talk about the senior leadership on Abingdon, and they've shown flashes of being great, this Tennessee High front four is really coming into its own and has caused havoc in the running game for Abingdon the entire evening.
There's Josh Holt, first-year head coach of the Tennessee High Vikings. His team 2-2. They have a backloaded home schedule. They've only played 1 home game so far this year, but they got 3 straight home games to start the month of October inside the Stone Castle. They got another road game next week at Morristown West before they get those 3 straight home games. Second and long, Honaker going deep. He's got a man. It's tipped and intercepted by Austin DeGear, and he's got some room to run. He's going to be brought down there, but another turnover for Abingdon. Looks like we do have a penalty flag, though, back by the line of scrimmage.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer on the defense. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
All right, so wipe out the interception of roughing the passer against Tennessee High. We'll take a look at it here. Honaker. It looks like it's going to be number 24 for Tennessee High. That is Jay-Sean Herndon, who they call for roughing the passer. So that wipes out the interception, and that's a 15-yard penalty for Abingdon.
And that's a really fortunate, I mean, it was definitely roughing the passer, but a fortunate call for Abingdon because that was just a sophomore mistake to throw that ball up. Double coverage. He didn't have a very good high percentage of actually completing that pass, and he got bailed out a little bit there by the penalty by Tennessee High, which is good. He's just a sophomore. He can learn from that and hopefully not make that kind of mistake and throw into double coverage again.
First and 10 for the Falcons from the Tennessee High 41-yard line. Just under 3 minutes left in the third quarter. Hawkins going to get the carry. The big man rumbles up the middle for about 4.
Hawkins carries for a gain of 5. Down by Jackson Elliott.
Straight up the middle, following the strength of the offensive line and picking off those large chunks of yards on first down like they need to do to keep this drive going.
Of course, Abingdon, they play in the Mountain 7 district, and Southwest Virginia, they are the only Class 3 school in that district. They are 1-1 so far in league play. They beat John Battle, lost to Gate City.
And really, Casey, that district is wide open this year. I mean, you look at Ridgeview and think that they're probably the favorites going into the year, but Union looks really strong. I think Lehigh probably has one of its best teams that it's had in a while. I think it could be a lot of fun watching that Mountain 7 district.
All right, there's a conference here. Abingdon's players are moving backwards. But there is some discussion here. We'll see if it's a false start or maybe an offsides here.
prior to the snap. Encroachment on the defense. Number 15, 5-yard penalty, second down.
I thought with that discussion there, it wasn't as cut and dry as it looked like from a false start, and so it goes against Marquise Phelps for encroachment. So now it's 2nd and 1 for Abingdon. So a couple penalties by Tennessee High on this drive, giving Abingdon a little bit of life here. And it's going to be Hawkins up the middle, and he's got a first down and then some as he is inside the 25-yard line. A Bank of Tennessee first down.
Yeah, and Abingdon moving the ball, running the ball like they want to, controlling the line of scrimmage, and they need to. We have a player down for Tennessee High.
All right, we will be right back. You are watching Friday Night Rivals.
Hardee's is proud to recognize our scholar athletes, celebrating excellence in academics and athletics.
This week's winner from Tennessee High is Kyra Adams. Adams has a 4.0 GPA and is captain of the volleyball team. She's also active in the community, volunteering with the Little Vikes volleyball camp and the local food pantry.
All Hardee's scholar athletes have the opportunity to compete for a $5,000 scholarship to be awarded at the end of the season. The Hampton Bulldogs versus the South Green Rebels are Toyota's Friday Night Rivals. Friday at 6:30 on Fox 39 WEMT. Join News 5 Sports' Casey Getz as he brings you live game coverage of some of the biggest and oldest football rivalries in the region. Toyota's Friday Night Rivals, presented by Holston Medical Group.
All right, welcome back. That was Josh Bell, who was injured on the play for Tennessee High. He is standing on the sidelines, looking like he's ready to get back in the game here pretty soon. That's a handoff to Hawkins up the middle, and he is brought down by Chris Wilson. He's another defender we've called several times tonight, Heather.
Yeah, and we talked about how important this drive and how many of these drives have been for Abingdon, but I think this is kind of an important drive for Tennessee High just because they're starting to make a little sloppy mistakes, uncharacteristic mistakes for them in this game. One of the things they're going to have to learn as a young team is how to put teams away, and they're letting Abingdon kind of chip back into this.
Josh Bell back in the game, so good to see that. Hector Taylor back in the game, and he is a short gain. It's been a while since we called Hector Taylor's name. It was mainly Hawkins most of the drive there, but after that one-handed catch, he had that 6-yard run. He kind of tapped his helmet as he asked out. Now he's back in as we're under a minute left in the third quarter. Tennessee High, great student section, making the short trip up the interstate to Abingdon.
And Casey, right now, this game pretty much playing out the exact opposite of the game a year ago. Abingdon won 34-14, and right now it's 34-7 the other way.
20 seconds left. I think we got a false start there against Abingdon. One of the...
Now, false start on the offense. Number 1, 5-yard penalty, third down.
That was against Owen Barr. He kind of flinched and looked like he was going to get away with it there. Then they caught him, so back Abingdon up 5 yards.
Yeah, you don't get away with that very often. He tried to play it off, but definitely the right call.
All right, game clock is running now. Abingdon looks like they're going to let this third quarter clock expire. So after 3, it's all Vikings so far, up 34-7. We're back for the fourth quarter on Toyota's Friday Night Rivals.
At Goodman Jewelers of Abingdon, you can turn that old jewelry into cash because we buy gold, silver, platinum, and diamonds. We know you want the best price and you really want to deal with someone you can trust. So come see us at Goodman Jewelers on Main Street in Abingdon.
Turn the equity in your home into cash and get a better home loan in the process with a 100% cash-out home refi loan from the Bank of Marion. we'll pay you the difference between your current mortgage balance and your home's appraised value. And that's another reason why we're the home loan leader. Call, click, or come see us now at any of our hometown branches across the region. The Bank of Marion.
Hi, my name's Ernie Sands. As a child, I was always shy. As I got older, hearing loss progressively exacerbated that situation until I didn't really realize what I was missing out on. Since I've gotten my hearing aids, I'm more engaged in life experiences with my wife, my kids, and now my grandbabies. If you have similar experiences, the people at Abingdon Falls Plaza Hearing can help you too.
Call us today for a free evaluation.
And hear for yourself.
Off Russell Road in the Falls Plaza Professional Building.
What's your definition of fresh? At Food City, ours starts every morning as our certified butchers hand-cut everything you see behind the counter fresh that day. Fresh also means our beef is ground in the store several times a day, time-stamped with the hour it was ground. That's a fresh guarantee. The fact is, it just doesn't get any fresher than this. That's why we say, start fresh with Food City.
Nobody beats Friendship Hyundai of Bristol and Johnson City. At Friendship Hyundai, get a lifetime warranty on every new and used car, an any reason 7-day exchange, and our service department services any make, any model, anytime. At Friendship Hyundai, we're dealing.
Welcome back to the fourth quarter here at Abingdon High School. 34-7. Tennessee High over Abingdon. It's a 3rd and 11 for Abingdon to start the fourth quarter. They're at the Tennessee High 25-yard line. It's going to be a play action. Honaker across the middle. That one is short of his intended receiver, Owen Barr.
Yeah, taking a look at the stats there from the third quarter. And if you like defense, then the third quarter was definitely your quarter. Just 48 yards of total offense for Abingdon and just 24 for Tennessee High, although Tennessee High has short field twice.
Holding on the offense. That penalty's declined. 4th down.
All right, so holding penalty against Abingdon is declined. We do have a Tennessee High player down on the field at the 20-yard line. The hold there at the right side of your screen against Marquise Phelps. We have a Viking down. And that was Mr. Phelps. So it's going to be 4th and 11. Heather, it's just amazing the time of possession in this game. If you only looked at that stat, you would think Abingdon was winning this game 34-7. But Tennessee High has had so many short fields tonight. I mean, as you said, in the third quarter, they had the ball for 2 minutes and 5 seconds, but they scored 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, I mean, the special teams and the defense for Abingdon has just been elite. For Tennessee High has been elite, and they haven't needed to have the ball on offense because they're doing all those scoring and other aspects of the game.
All right, so 4th and 11 here. This is a must-have for Abingdon, down 27. Let's see if Honaker has any time here. You know, Tennessee High's going to be bringing pressure. Honaker scrambles, throws it deep, and it is intercepted, and it then fumbled. We got a face mask, I think, maybe, and then it's recovered by Tennessee High. Vikings probably should have knocked that one down. It cost them a lot of field position. Almost cost them the ball, too, with a fumble, but let's see what the flag is. Looked like a face mask, though.
There's a lot going on in that play. Another instance where you have a sophomore quarterback just trying to make something happen. He's a dynamic player, made an outstanding move to get away from the defense bearing down on him, but then threw it into double coverage.
We have an interception on the play. During the return, personal foul, face mask on the defense. 15 yards from the spot of the foul. 1st down, Tennessee High.
All right, so here's a replay again. It's 4th and 11, so Honaker, desperation time, has to at least take a chance. And if you're Tennessee High, maybe you want this one knocked down, but you see the interception, then a face mask right there. That was Logan Tudor who had the interception. And Tennessee High will start this drive out of the 31 after the penalty, so actually they probably got better field position with the interception and the face mask than they would have if it was just an incomplete pass. Just looking up some numbers here. Tennessee High has had the ball for 8 minutes and 50 seconds through 3 quarters. There's Green with a first down run that's going to go for a loss, as Will Henley with a tackle for loss on Josh Green.
Yeah, you saw Honecker there on the sidelines a few seconds ago shaking his head. That kid doesn't have anything to be hanging his head about. He's a young kid trying to make plays. He escaped several tackles. He's a dynamic player. The Tennessee High defense has just been on a mission tonight, and it's a big ask for a young player to go up against that.
So a loss of 3 for Tennessee High on first down. Vikings have scored 27 unanswered points. This game was 7-7. And Green, again, this time is going to almost get back to the original line of scrimmage. Will give him a gain of 2. So it'll be 3rd and 11.
And if you're Abingdon, you want to get a stop here. You want to make sure that you can keep Tennessee High from getting another big play off of a turnover, and give your offense a chance to make something happen.
Like Luke Honecker getting worked on a little bit on the sidelines. 10:20 remaining in the fourth quarter. 3rd and 11 for Tennessee High. We'll see what the Vikings dial up here. Jimmy Phipps has had 4 rushing touchdowns, and he's going to throw it here. 3rd and 11. He overthrows everybody, and you know what? That's not a bad play when they're up by 27.
Our cameraman was open, though.
Preston Cox is always open on the sidelines. He also runs the camera at ETSU games on the sidelines, so he knows how to stay out of the way of an incoming ball.
He's braver than me. I would have bailed long before he did on that play.
All right, so Abingdon gets a stop there, a 3 and out. And that punt is off for Tennessee High, and that one is out of bounds, and we're going to take a timeout. It's 34-7 on Friday Night Rivals.
Citizens Bank is a locally owned and operated bank serving communities in East Tennessee. The bank was established in 1934 with 3 guiding principles at its foundation: assurance of safety to depositors, a high standard of service to customers, and a genuine desire to serve the community. These principles are the core factor in the success that has lasted over 85 years and grown Citizens Bank to the renowned financial institution it is today. To learn more about Citizens Bank, visit citizensbank24.com.
Hey, I'm Ethan.
And I'm Danielle.
And we're back on the road again in the adventurous new Toyota RAV4. Now, we can tell you why RAV4 is the best-selling SUV.
But we'd rather show you.
Let's go.
First off, RAV4 is one of 14 different Toyotas available as an electrified vehicle.
At 40 mpg, it's got a driving range of 580 miles.
Saving you thousands in fuel costs over the next 5 years.
And every new RAV4 comes with 2-year no-cost maintenance included.
Toyota. Let's go places.
Toyota's Friday Night Rivals, presented by Holston Medical Group.
Welcome back to Friday Night Rivals. Abingdon starting this drive at their own 44-yard line. Down 34-7. Hector Taylor, high formation. He's got some room to run here. Driven down across midfield, very close. I think he's going to be about a yard shy of the first down.
Really, Abingdon's done a pretty good job of running the ball tonight. You talked about the time of possession. They've controlled the ball. Hector has done a really good job running it. Just they gotta cut out the big plays, the turnovers, the big plays on special teams. They could have been in this game if not for the turnovers.
2nd and 1 for Abingdon from the Tennessee High 47. Again, a handoff to Taylor. He has a first down inside the 45. Powell's sudden service, first down.
Moving the ball, moving the chains.
That is enough for a Falcon first down.
This Abingdon team, they will be on the road next week at Central. Central off this week. So it'll be a long road trip up to Wise County for the Falcons. And after that, they are at Marion before their bye week. There's a fumbled snap. Honaker, I think he got it. He did. He fell on it.
And Casey, earlier you talked about the Mountain 7 and those standings in Region 1 5A. Tennessee High has a chance to keep pace for a first-round home game with Daniel Boone. I mean, Boone is probably considered the odds-on favorite in that, but Tennessee High's out there trying to hold off Mo West and Crockett, who they've already beaten for that home game, and they look really impressive tonight.
I think we might have an offsides against Tennessee High. Yeah, you mentioned the Vikings, and that's why next week's game at Morristown West is huge for Tennessee High.
Out of the snap, false start on the offense. Number 51, 5-yard penalty, second down.
Yeah, that's such a big game next week for Tennessee High because Morristown West, they lost last week to Daniel Boone. So Boone and Tennessee High, you have unbeaten in the league. So if Tennessee High can beat Morristown West next week, they would have the inside track, as you mentioned, to a home game. And then when they play Boone, that would basically be for the conference championship.
And who thought we would be saying that about Tennessee High this year? They've done a really good job of reloading.
Run here, broken down play by Honaker, and he turns a loss into about a pickup of 3. That's why, yeah, next week, you know, I mean, if Tennessee High loses at Morristown, then when they play Boone, they got to win that game to get back into a 3-way tie. And then when you get a 3-way tie, the non-conference schedule comes into play as well. So it's a big, big game next week for Tennessee High when they head down to Morristown. Actually, Daniel Boone, I saw Jeremy Jenkins is here tonight. Daniel Boone on their bye week. They play Tennessee High, I believe, October the 14th at the Stone Castle. So they were out here doing a little advanced scouting on the Vikings.
Yeah, he's got a few things to work through, especially in stopping that quarterback. But they've got a great defense.
All right, look at Mr. Hawkins just lowering the shoulder, running over a defender right there, Alex Hawkins. When that train is coming down the tracks, watch right here, boom.
Yeah, would you want to try to tackle him?
Baron Harkleroad stood in there tough, but he got run over there by Alex Hawkins. And to answer your question, no. Another bit of a bobbled snap. That ball's on the ground, and it is recovered by Tennessee High. The Vikings have it. That's Owen Brown. That one was bobbled by Honaker, then bobbled by Hawkins, and it fell on the ground, and Owen Brown picked it up.
Yeah, you can't bobble the ball that many times and fumble it around. And they got very lucky the play before that they were able to recover it. This time, not so lucky. Tennessee's right there to pounce on it.
They said on the PA system here earlier that both of these bands, Tennessee High and Abingdon, will be performing at the Chilhowie High School tomorrow night. I think it's part
of the Apple Fest out there.
Apple Fest in Chilhowie tomorrow. So both of these bands will be in action tomorrow up at Chilhowie High School.
We are so lucky to have such great bands in this area, too.
Vikings keeping it on the ground, 7 minutes remaining. That's Trent Dowdell getting his first carry of the game, the sophomore. Looks like the Vikings have maybe a whole new offensive line in there as well. Up 34-7.
You know, Casey, I know you talked about this briefly earlier, but I know you are so looking forward to next week's game. South Green and Hampton every time they've played on Friday Night Rivals, I feel like it's been an instant classic. And, of course, Hampton right now, the number 1 ranked team in the Associated Press poll in Tennessee in Class 2. I personally cannot wait to see this game.
Yeah, I mean, how often do you get to do a game with the number 1 team in the state in their division?
Well, I think you've actually been lucky enough to do a lot of them between Greenville and Elizabethton.
False start on the offense. Number 51. 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
All right, Mason Campbell there with a false start. Yeah, you're right. You know, this year, this will be the first time. Certainly Greenville, Elizabethton have spoiled Northeast Tennessee fans the last several years. Last year was the first time in 5 years one of those 2 teams did not win the Class 4 state championship. Hampton off this week, so Bulldogs, they're going to enter that game 5-0 next week at South Green. South Green is playing at a Greene County battle tonight against Chucky Doak.
Yeah, 2-3 coming into the night. So
we got a Tennessee High timeout. We will take a timeout. You're watching Friday Night Rivals.
At Bank of Tennessee, it's our job to help you focus on the happy moments and check off the things on your to-do list to make them happen. The food, the setup, and if you bought enough flowers. So you can worry about what they're going to think. What in the world are they going to think? What your mom will say. And if you remember the dance you practiced a million times. We're here along the way so you can pull off the happiest moments in life. Bank of Tennessee, in the business of happiness.
Life can be a lot sometimes. But at Holston Medical Group, our primary care providers are here through it all, whether it be a routine checkup or something unexpected. Because at HMG, we're here for you through every stage of life with the best primary care and support. Whether it's you or the people you love most, choose a primary care provider you can rely on. Choose HMG, your health partner for life. Now accepting new patients.
Welcome back. Tennessee High called that timeout with 5:46 remaining in the 4th quarter. 2nd and 12 for the Vikings. Jimmy Phipps has scored 4 of the 5 touchdowns. This one's going to be a handoff to Dowdell.
Casey, I got the score of interest here for Mountain 7 football fans. It is a final from Legion Field. Gate City 23, Union 16. So shaking up the Mountain 7 just a little bit. Gate City coming on strong the last couple weeks.
Gate City was down 16-0 in that game, and they score the final 23 points to knock off Union. What a win by Jeremy Housewright and his staff. Union has been kind of the bully in years late, especially over Gate City and Ridgeview and Central. Those 3 in Gate City, though, they started this year 0-2, and they've won now 3 in a row. They won here against Abingdon. Then they won last week, and they win over Union. A huge win. I think it's going to be a rowdy celebration in Gate City tonight. Here's a big run up the middle for Tennessee High. All right, let's do our drive of the game. That was Killian Lau on the carry. Heather, take it away with our drive of the game.
Well, it starts here with the using your head play there for the deflected punt. Gives them great field position and a couple of big runs by the Tennessee High offense. First, Josh Green takes the run, and then it is the run by Trent Brown. And then they finish it off here with the quarterback keeper by Jimmy Phipps. I believe that was his 4th touchdown of the day.
It was. We got a punt here by Tennessee High. Dropped by Abingdon. Picked back up. So Abingdon will take over. 4:04 remaining. Again, Abingdon, they still have quite a few games left here on the season in the Mountain 7. In fact, I believe the rest of the way, all they have are district games the rest of the season. Other than Marion, I think that's the only one left that's a conference game for Abingdon.
Yeah, at Central next week and then at Marion. But you look at some of the results from around the Mountain 7, it's wide open now. Lehigh hung around for a long time against Ridgeview. We mentioned Gate City, who's already beaten them this year. The Mountain 7 district becomes really interesting because it seems like it's about as even as it's been in quite some time.
That was Isaac Doss, another sophomore on this Abingdon team with the carry. Tennessee High band having fun. Why not when your team's up by 27 on the road? Honeacre throwing on second down. That one is dropped on the outside. Lucas Brooks, the intended target.
Yeah, there's a little bit of frustration here. I mean, this hasn't been the game that Abingdon thought, but I mean, they have shown some positives. They've been able to run the ball pretty well. They haven't been as great in the pass blocking, and I think that's helped turn into some of the turnovers here. You got a young quarterback who a couple times threw it in double coverage, but as wide open as the Mountain 7 is, there's still an opportunity for them to get back into this race because I think they're all going to beat up on each other as they have encroachment there.
Part of the snap. False start on the offense. Number 65. 5-yard penalty. Still third down.
All right, so Abingdon going to back up 5 yards. Tennessee High students chanting to the score. Look at the scoreboard. Got a fullback dive to Doss. And he has some room up across midfield. Nice run there by Isaac Doss.
And I mentioned this is really going to be Abingdon's bread and butter this year, is the running game. And when they do it very well. I mean, that's a nice run.
Deshaun Lucas had a nice block there, pulling lineman to free up Doss. There's Hawkins on a first down carry, dragging a couple of defenders close to the Tennessee High 40-yard line.
And something that both teams are going to want to have to clear up in this game is penalties. Our stat guy, Jimmy Denton, sent a text a few minutes ago that both teams had 60 yards in penalties. I think there's been a few yards since then, but you definitely don't want penalties. And I want to pull your attention to the middle of that band there, Casey. You just missed it, but I believe that was our drone operator, Jason Hutchinson, playing drums with the band.
What can't he do? I'll tell you that. Fly a drone, play the drums.
I mean, it's impressive.
Oh, yeah, there he is.
He doesn't look like a high school student, though. I think that's what gave it away.
Our Sky 5 drone grounded for the night here. This one wrapped up, but the work, the night far from over for Hutch. He's got some work left to do here.
I mean, you might as well have a little fun at work. Maybe next week we can get you out there with the dance team.
Keep dreaming, Heather. 2nd and 2. There's a run there for first down by Isaac Doss.
Had to try, right?
Enough for a first down. It'll be 1st and 10.
We are under 2 minutes left in this one. The only thing to finish up here is what will the final score be if Abingdon can punch this in here. Ball's at the Tennessee High 33-yard line.
It would be a nice confidence builder for the Falcons if they could end this off with a score.
There's Doss again, another first down. He's very close to the 20, going to be down at the 21.
Doss carries. Gain of 12 on the play.
It's a Powell Sudden service first down. Tennessee High will be 3-2 on the season. Now they lost their opener to Dobbins-Bennett. Then they had the bye week in week 2. Went to Pulaski County, Virginia, won there. Then they lost at Knox Carnes. Got a run here. Will Henley.
Another score of interest, Casey. Dobbins-Bennett, I believe, has been within one. They just scored a touchdown, waiting on the extra point, but coming back and making things interesting against Greenville.
That was 14-0 at halftime, so yeah, 21-20 now. So a really nice game over there. Battle of unbeaten, as you thought it would be. Abingdon not giving up here. Inside the 10, first and goal. They have the toss. And we're going to have a nice run, and it's a touchdown.
What an effort. I mean, he hit twice, looked like he was stopped and wouldn't be denied. That's the kind of momentum, really, this team needed to take something positive in the next week's game against Central.
Nice run by Will Henley, the senior. There was a face mask, too, that the officials missed as well.
A couple of them.
So, unbelievable effort there by Will Henley, the senior.
And really the kind of plays you look for your seniors when you have a young team and you're struggling a little bit, you turn to your seniors, and I mean, that was a fantastic run.
Tobias Reed on for the extra point. It is up, it is good. And Heather, what's the score now?
The score now is 34-14.
All right, we'll be right back on Friday Night Rivals.
Tonight's School Spotlight is brought to you by your local Toyota dealer.
We were talking one day about volunteerism, and that Maggie was very interested in doing something for some students. And we suggested a few things, and then I actually never said anything about Braille because it's so difficult. I never thought that a student would be interested in not only teaching herself, but actually doing Braille.
I first start by, I write down the entire book on notebook paper, and then I type it out on my Braille machine from there. And then I overwrite the book so that people who can see can read it as well.
She met with me in the spring of last year. We just had a very short session, and she got the materials from me on loan. I loaned her some Braille paper and some Braille writer. During the summer, she taught herself everything and worked and worked and worked and did probably about 20 books.
It makes me happy to know that I am making a difference in someone's life, and she can go into the library and find a book.
All right, welcome back. 42 seconds left in the fourth quarter, and it is now 34-14, which was the exact score this game was last year, except it just was won by Abingdon. So would that not be something if it ends the same score?
It is funny how symmetry works a little bit. And we have a final, 18 seconds left now at that Greenville-Dobbins-Bennett game. The Indians went for 2 and came up a yard short. So with 18 seconds left, Greenville is up 21-20.
All right, so Joey Christian goes for the win. And looks like they're going to come up a yard short there. We'll have highlights of that game coming up on Friday Night Huddle with Jarvis Heron and Andrew McClung. Tonight, Tennessee High, again, they will now be 3-2. Vikings at Morristown West. Next week, a huge conference game, region game for the Vikings.
Tennessee High with this win equals their win total from a season ago. 3-7 last year, already 3 wins this year. So a really nice job by Coach Holt in his first year.
Play clock's down to 4 seconds. Vikings, Trent Dowdell giving a little extra motor, and that is the end. They will not need to run another play. You see Coach Holt holding his hand up saying, just stay right there. Guys
Big
are good.
Smile on his face.
We don't need to run another play. It's the best. Best time for football here, and the clock's running down, and the game is over. So Tennessee High 3-2 now. That's back-to-back wins. The Vikings have alternated wins and losses for the first 4 games of the season, and now they are in the win column for a second straight week at 3-2. And you see the students
pouring over the fence there.
34-14 the final. When we come back, we'll present the Friday Night Rivals trophy to the Tennessee High Vikings.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
For most families, saving enough money for a down payment to buy a home is difficult. We're the Bank of Marion, and we understand. That's why we offer a no down payment home loan for well-qualified applicants. Get your loan, buy your home, move in. We make it easy. And that's another reason why we're the home loan leader. Call, click, or come see us now at any of our hometown branches across the region.
Life can be a lot sometimes. But at Holston Medical Group, our primary care providers are here through it all, whether it be a routine checkup or something unexpected. Because at HMG, we're here for you through every stage of life with the best primary care and support. Whether it's you or the people you love most, choose a primary care provider you can rely on. Choose HMG, your health partner for life. Now accepting new patients.
Oh, golly, I started loving cotton candy when I was just knee-high to a grasshopper. My daddy took me and my siblings to the county fair and bought each one of us our very own cotton candy. It tasted just like this right here. Oh, it's a swirl of blue creamy goodness. Lottie me, I've always liked Pals, but now I love Pals. The new cotton candy shake from Pals is here, only for a limited time.
Pals, great food in a flash.
Cotton up, y'all.
All trophies and plaques for WCYB's Friday Night Rivals are provided by Eddie's Trophies and Gift Shop in Bristol. Eddie's Trophies also offers medals, plaques, acrylics, glass, and crystal pieces for your business, school, or sports team. That's Eddie's Trophy and Gift Shop online at eddiestrophies.com.
Welcome back to Abingdon High School. Tennessee High winning 34-14. The exact same score between this game was last year, except Abingdon was on the winning end in the Stone Castle. This year, Tennessee High on the winning end at Falcon Stadium in Abingdon. And the Vikings, we have Coach Josh Holt. Coach, congratulations on the win. If I would have told you Abingdon would have the ball for almost 20 more minutes than you, have more than 100 yards of offense, but you would have won by 20, what would you have said?
I'd have called you crazy.
Why?
That just don't sound right, but, you know, we did what we have to do when we come in here.
So, Coach, I'm just curious, was it part of your game plan to have the big special teams plays? I mean, you guys spent so much on your run game, but really it was all about that special teams and defense.
No, we practice special teams every single day. That's the biggest part of what we try to do. We try to be consistent all the way across the board in all 3 phases, and we put as much emphasis on that as we do offense or defense.
Coach, the last 2 weeks, David Crockett's second half of that game, you dominate, you come out here, win 34-14. What is different about your team now compared to week 1 of the season?
We're learning how to finish. We're learning how to drive the nail. We talk about that halftime every single week. How to finish, smell the blood and water, drive the nail, and finish the game.
3 wins last year total. You're already to 3 wins this year. What's been the biggest difference in this team as it continues to kind of grow from a young team to a more experienced team?
The consistency goes a long way. We preach discipline, simplicity, and consistency every single day, and that's really what's got us where we're at right now, just being as consistent and as simple as possible.
Well, Coach, congratulations. Now take that trophy, give it to your players, and enjoy this win.
Gladly. Hey, here you go, fellas. Good job.
Tennessee High celebrating the win over Abingdon 34-14. The Vikings winning 2 in a row now. Want to take a moment to thank the folks at Toyota, Holston Medical Group, Friendship Automotive, Food City, Hardee's, Pals, Bank of Tennessee, the Tennessee Army National Guard, Jersey Mike's, Eddie's Trophies for making this game possible. And thank you for watching. You can watch this game, a rebroadcast on Saturday at 1:30 on the Tri-City CW. We will see you next week at South Green when the Rebels host the Hampton Bulldogs. For Heather Williams, I'm Casey Getz, our entire crew. You guys are awesome. Thank you. We'll see you next week at South Green.